Welcome, Rude Nation. This is RUDETOBER, and you are going to be listening to the Rude Boys Power Hour Plus all RUDETOBER long. Now, the boys that need no introduction, Tom and Sherm. Take it away, boys.
Oh, thank you, Boogeyman.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was a good $50 we spent getting the Boogeyman to introduce us.
I'm the Boogeyman.
Whoa, listen,
sorry.
don't make fun of the Boogeyman.
I'm not.
Okay?
I'm not.
Nation, it's RUDETOBER. It's your boy's favorite month, I'd have to say.
Yes.
It's up there.
Especially my favorite month.
It is your favorite month, definitely.
You know, except for Tomtober.
Tomtober.
Which is next month.
Sure, we might have to we have to make that a thing. But yes, thank you, Boogeyman. I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom.
This is Rude Boys Power Hour Plus. Episode, I don't fucking remember. What is this, 54?
55.
55? Okay, 55.
I got the notes up. Don't worry.
Thank you. Oh, you're good.
I'm going to keep us on track
Tom's
on this
on point
train
right
wreck
now.
of a show.
Tom's on point. He's the conductor of the fucking shit show.
Oh, it's going to be fucking bad.
And we, for RUDETOBER, are going to be talking about horror movie franchises. Now, this is Tom's thing. If you thought Zelda was my thing, let's face it, you all know Zelda's my thing.
Uh-huh.
You need to know horror movies is Tom's thing.
Yes.
So he's going to be conducting us into the abyss of the horror movies later in the show.
Yes. Specifically, we will be touching upon franchises.
Yeah, so the
on
big
this.
ones, the big guys, the big guys.
So, you know, we did a little video on our Instagram at
which you can-
RudeBoys469.
Very good. Yes, we did. You can check the archives because
Yep.
I think that's up there. Actually,
It should be.
Story archives, I think, is only 24 hours.
I don't know. I don't really know how it works, dude. We just started with the stories.
Nation, hit us up with the feedback, bro.
Yeah,
Come on,
let us know. I
If
mean,
you missed
you
it, let us know.
You guys have been great. We will be taking a picture of, you know, what I did display.
Yes.
And, you know, so this way you can see what we displayed. So
Absolutely.
this way you can have...
Yes, and we're in the great outdoors like we were last episode.
Yes, it's a little windier than it was last
It's a little
time.
spookier, too, because it's
Yeah,
RUDETOBER.
I've warmed up to the idea after a couple of drinks.
Sure, yes.
So
Speaking of drinks, Tom, who you got in your mouth?
we got Miller High Life Light.
Yes, a.k.a. Miller Ultra High Life, which is
Yes.
what we called it. We deemed it the champagne of beers.
So weird that it's in cans and it doesn't go down as easy as bottles,
Yeah,
which is
what are you
fine.
gonna do? I
Which
guess
is fine.
cheaper to find it in cans nowadays.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Well, for a 30-pack, yes.
That is true. Yes. Yes. Full
So.
disclosure, leftover from last episode.
Hey, look.
Actually,
you know,
the episode before that.
and a party before that.
Yes, that's
and
true.
yeah,
Yeah, they've been around.
been around. Who's in your mouth, my friend?
I have a conglomeration right now, my friend, of what is it? The Truly Spiked Seltzer.
You selling that salsa shit, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Wild berry flavor, and a little bit of Tito's. What is it called? Handmade vodka.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right,
It's,
here we go.
Funk. Ooh, that was actually good.
Clink it up. Did you say funk or funk?
I said that was a pretty good, whatever.
Okay. You don't even know. Great.
You know what? You're supposed to keep eye contact after you cheers, for you know, otherwise you will have a bad sex life. That's why you always try to keep eye contact.
I feel like you're supposed
When
to
I
do that
cheers.
with a member of the opposite sex.
Hey, look, you know what?
Tom,
it doesn't matter.
I think our sex life is perfect how it is, which
Well.
is non-existent. So let's keep it that way.
Mine's non-existent.
And let's move on to Blitzkrieg.
Ooh, Blitzkrieg time! Starting off in games.
All right.
WB Games Montreal is heavily teasing a Batman Court of Owls game. Yes!
So there was Batman Day,
Uh-huh.
which, to be completely honest, I've never heard of fucking Batman Day
It's the
until
third
we
Saturday.
did our Batman episode. You're welcome, Batman fans. We did this. So yeah,
Yes.
Batman Day was the thing. And WB Games Montreal, which is the company that put out some DLC for Arkham Knight and Arkham Origins.
Okay.
They started tweeting out for the first time in like years Batman-related content, and like there was like a teaser of Court of Owls and League of Assassins or something like that. So more Batman, please. Thank you. That's all I
Sure.
gotta say about that.
Did you ever read... And do you know anything of the Court of Owls?
It's like the Gotham City Illuminati.
Would you be interested in reading any of it? On air right now.
I'm in between graphic novels. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a solid maybe.
Cool. I'll check in the maybe aisle.
What else, Tom?
excuse me, Mario
boy.
Kart Tour downloaded 20 million times in first 24 hours.
You're also welcome for that, Nation, because we talked about it on air. Your boys downloaded it, so that's 2 out of 20 million.
That's 2 out of 24 million, and we
20
did
million in 24 hours. 20 million.
20 million, yeah.
Yep.
We also did
Tommy did an
I did
Instagram
an
live,
Instagram
as you
live.
can check on. You can't
No,
because
'cause
it's
it's 24
they're
hours.
archive. God damn it!
Yeah,
But
I
he
know.
did. You really should follow Instagram.com/RudeBoys469. That's our Instagram account. And Tom,
I'm getting better with the live.
yes. Yeah, so Tom's got some live Rude
what do you
Boys
think
reacts
of
on
the
that.
game? Let's talk about it for a
It's
minute.
cute. We could talk about that in the Rude Boys CatchUp, but it's cute.
Well, we could talk about it right now.
This is Blitzkrieg news, guy. Keep it Blitzkrieg.
Has it ever been Blitzkrieg?
It has
Alright,
been.
fine, whatever.
Yes.
Fuck
We'll
it.
talk about it later. The wind.
You
We're
fucking
outdoors.
nerd. Last of Us coming out February 21st, 2020. I am stoked. Probably won't pick it up day of. No. Oh, well, no. You know me. Hold on.
Continue. Sorry.
You know how I feel about, because The Last of Us had
That had
so
its-
much DLC.
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
right,
sure The
you're right,
Last of
you're
Us
right.
2 will have so much DLC. Apparently Joel's going to be in it, which...
The same character from the first one?
no. Ellie is the main character
No,
you
yeah,
play
you're right,
as,
you're
but
right.
Joel shows up.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's
People
in-
were talking about that Joel might have died or something like that.
I think he died in the first one.
Yeah, no, people were saying that, or in between. But Ellie is definitely the main character
Right.
of Last of Us Part
Yeah.
2.
So, have you seen any of the gameplay footage?
Yeah, I did. It's more Last of Us.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
They were showing her fighting more humans than
Right,
monsters.
than the monster, the clickers, the zombies, whatever you want to say.
Those
the
things
fungus
still,
zombies.
like...
What's
those-
going on out there? The Omen? It's the Omen out there.
Ooh, fuck.
The cult, the children of the corn.
RUDETOBER.
So, let's
God.
keep it Blitzkrieg.
Keep it Blitzkrieg, Tom.
Yeah. Nothing in comics as per usual.
There you go. There you go for that, right there.
We past couple we've had comics.
Yep.
Movie news.
A lot of movie news.
Rumor.
Let's hit
Apple.
Children of the Corn, go.
Rumor. Apple to buy Sony Pictures. You want it outside. Remember that, friend.
This is a rumor. Yeah, this is a rumor. There's nothing else to really comment about it, with the exception that if Apple, so there's some deep contract stuff that happened between
deep.
Marvel,
How deep?
Balls and
deep?
I guess Columbia Pictures or something like that, where if Sony or any of the subsidiaries get sold off, all of the properties return back to their original owners. So
Okay.
this was when this rumor occurred. A lot of people, before what we talk about in the big Blitzkrieg or the biggest Blitzkrieg,
The biggest Blitzkrieg.
a lot of that
biggest
talk
Blitz.
was that if Apple was to buy Sony Pictures, then
Okay.
all of the properties that it owns that they bought, i.e. Spider-Man, would revert back to their original owners, i.e.
Okay.
Marvel. But we'll get to that.
We'll see.
Moving on.
We'll see how things
Again,
go.
it's a rumor.
Funko Pop movie in the works.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to make them talk because Funko Pops don't have mouths.
They will. How do you make emojis talk? They're fucking
Well, emojis
little
have mouths.
things. Not all of them.
Funkos don't have mouths.
They have mouths.
No, they don't. How many Funkos do you have?
Angry Birds don't talk. They're birds.
But they have
They made it work.
they have the ability to talk. Funko
on.
Pops literally don't have mouths.
Move
Anyway,
on.
but this movie will probably bank because everyone loves Funko.
No, I don't think it will.
I think it will.
I don't think it will.
I guess we are going to have to see, my friend.
Okay. I'm not going to watch it.
Should we do a gentleman's agreement on air? $1
what?
gentleman's agreement.
About what?
That this movie will probably make more than Lego Movie.
No way.
A gentleman's
way.
agreement. $1.
Okay, you're going to say
Then the
Funko
Lego movie.
Pop movie is going to make more in its opening weekend than the Lego movie did in its opening weekend.
Yes.
I don't know how much it made. Fuck it. Let's
A
do it.
gentleman's agreement
Oh, okay. Yeah,
on
right.
air.
All right, good. Great.
What the fuck was that? Jonah Hill to be a villain in The Batman.
Yes. With Batman villain, who knows? People saying Penguin, people saying Riddler.
We will
don't know.
get more to that.
Yes.
Uh,
Stay tuned, Weird Nation. What else, Tom?
Jason Bateman. I almost said Jason Batman, by the way.
Jason Batman. Jason Batman.
Jason Bateman to direct and star with Ryan Reynolds in a Clue
Yeah, I don't know if this
Is this a reboot?
I don't, you know what's funny?
or-
Every little article that's like coming from like Variety or something like that doesn't mention the original Clue movie.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is like a reboot or whatever.
I'm
but
down.
You know what's weird? I love that movie.
Sure.
My girlfriend can attest to that, but I love the movie. Clue.
I have not seen that movie since I was a kid.
Oh, my friend. We're going to have to watch. We're going to have to Rude Boys go to the movies.
I'm down. I am down. But I got to show that movie respect, though.
There's a certain level of sarcasm you get out of Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds that I'm like, I could see them in a movie together and it having the same kind of scathing sarcasm that Clue has. Because, like, Clue wasn't, like, a funny movie. It had a lot of funny characters in it.
Murder mystery.
It was a murder mystery, yes, but it had a lot of funny characters in it and a great acting talent to the point that, like, okay, I could see that level still being reached and doing it justice.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
still have the original, so I'm fine with that.
You need a couple of good straight men, I think.
Yes, I agree.
Because Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman, I feel very dry humor. Like,
yes,
he'll boom, boom, boom.
Well, I mean, they are the straight men of that. Because, like, they're not, Ryan
I feel
Reynolds
they'd be
is the guy.
sarcastic.
Yes, but Ryan, that's not the idea of
One of them's
straight
the
man.
butler, I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if Jason Bateman, this is like a big blitz. If Jason Bateman's going to direct it, I feel like he'd probably be the butler character.
Because less screen time?
Yeah, well, I mean, Tim Curry had a lot of screen time.
But did Tim Curry direct it?
No, but you know what I mean? Like he's kind of like
That's
the
why I'm saying
pivotal
Ryan
role,
Reynolds would be
whereas
the butler.
all the other cast members have they have their times to shine.
Not all directors want to be in the spotlight.
But I'm thinking about Kenneth Branagh in Murder on the Orient Express.
You never saw it.
It was fine.
This isn't the Orient Express.
This isn't the Murder of the Orient Express cast. Yes.
He didn't show up in Thor.
All right, fine. Not all directors show up in their fucking movies, okay?
Oh.
Move on.
Well, goddamn
I'm
it.
done talking about this.
No,
Go watch the original Clue. It's amazing.
I am looking forward to it. I think Ryan Reynolds will be the butler.
Okay, fine. They might not have a butler.
They better. Kevin Feige to develop a Star Wars flick.
Yes, that's a thing.
Yes.
That's happening.
I also heard that, I don't know if it's the whole Kevin Feige thing, but George Lucas, it feels betrayed.
Yeah, George Lucas, I think that really stems from Disney, once they bought LucasArts, Lucasfilm, really, how they did not really follow George Lucas's notes for episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Sure. Okay, yeah, they were good.
Tough shit. What can I tell you, George Lucas? I'm so sorry. So, the end. That's
Okay,
all I
cool.
gotta say about that. More Star Wars is coming. Shock.
TV.
Okay.
Here comes a new challenger in the streaming wars of 2020. NBC to launch Peacock in April, which apparently may be free.
No, stop.
They
think
might be the freest.
They might try to do. They might be the freest. They might do
Cheapest,
something.
maybe.
They might.
cheapest.
They might do something, and they may team up with another partner to get their stuff in. Like, who knows what's going on? The streaming wars of 2020 are heating up, and
They really are.
A lot of different avenues are coming in to
Sure.
compete with Netflix and Hulu and this and that.
Oh, good. You mentioned Hulu.
Well, hang on. Well, okay, yeah, but the ABC Peacock is gonna have The Office, it's gonna have Parks and Rec, and it's gonna have
The Office remake?
They weren't talking about making an Office remake, but they
Not
were
a
like
remake.
they were saying something along the lines of like the that's like the end goal is to reboot The Office. But they're gonna have a
Community.
I guess they didn't mention Community, but
I think Community
they
might
said
be
something
on there.
along the lines of they're gonna have a reinvention series for Saved by the Bell and Punky Brewster. I think Punky Brewster. I don't know.
Funny, the premise of Saved by the Bell is that Zach Morris is now the governor of California.
Actually, that was just hearsay because Zach Morris. What's that
Mark
dude's
Paul
name?
Gosselaar?
Yeah. He was never approached about any of this. And he found out when everyone found out.
I have a note.
Okay, hang on. Wait. Breaking news.
That's not remotely the premise. That's just like the reason he's not around is he's busy being governor.
Oh, okay.
All right, so there you go.
Oh, okay.
So
Breaking news.
If you
From an
couldn't hear
outside
that,
source.
Yep, if you couldn't hear that,
Little bird from the tree.
a little bird told me that the reason that Zach Morris, his character won't be in this is because he'll be the governor of the state that they all live in.
But
it's-
they just didn't want him in it because he was not approached.
Right, yes.
Really?
And also, we all know...
Because I
from
figured
the-
Dustin Diamond would not be approached because he is a fucking dirtbag.
Well, I mean,
From what I've heard, like
Mario Lopez has good stock in him. Like, he's on Access Hollywood. He does a lot of those types of shows, Dancing with the
No,
Stars. or whatever.
I think it's a work. I think Mark Paul Gosselaar will show up in it.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure you'll probably get the original cast somehow. some way.
Absolutely. I mean,
Prince of Belding, did he die?
Bob
He's still
Haskins?
alive?
No. Bob Haskins is still alive.
Bob Hoskins is dead.
Haskins, I said.
Oh, okay.
I think that's his name, Bob Haskins. I'll have to look it up.
Principal Belding.
Yeah,
He's always known for that.
last thing I saw him in was the music video for the Dirty Heads, Summer Vacation. I
I
think.
have no idea what you're talking about. You're just talking gibberish, right?
I will show
Move
you.
on.
Okay, don't yell at me.
Keep it blitzkrieg.
Fuck. Hulu drops planned Ghost Rider series.
Yeah, okay, so Streaming Wars of 2020 is cooling down with Ghost Rider. I think this has to do with a lot of they want Ghost Rider proper in
Disney
the
Plus?
MCU. Or whatever. Disney Plus, whatever. I thought that was fine. If you want to do a more modern Ghost Rider and follow him, sure. And then if you want to bring in older Ghost Riders, like what they're doing in the Flash TV show,
Oh, we're getting to that
do
shit.
something like that. But that's what I got to say about that.
Cool.
Which is nothing. Okay.
Netflix drops $500 million to pay for Seinfeld series.
Yep.
Yo,
You could hear the
Netflix
venom in Tom's voice. When it
drop
comes to
my.
Seinfeld.
Well, no. I'm more annoyed. Drop the fucking subscription
They're
price.
not gonna. They already know you're
honestly,
gonna pay that amount. That why would
The
they
only
drop
reason
it?
I'm paying that is because I'm getting yelled at by my house not to drop Netflix.
So either way, they know you're paying for that.
Yeah.
Are they compensate? Is your house compensating you for this?
That's a
That's a
discussion.
sore subject. I'm sorry.
That's a discussion.
Yeah, no, they know. And again, this is the Streaming Wars of 2020, guys. So everyone's gathering up all their stuff. They're trying to get exclusive rights to Friends or Seinfeld or Parks and Rec. All these shows that people
They
want.
lost Friends.
And right. And all the content that people. Here's where you get your Star Wars stuff. Here's where you get your the showrunners for Game of Thrones. Like this, everyone's gearing up. This is it.
Let me ask you.
Yes, ask me.
Which Disney Plus service are you getting?
I have no idea. The
Are you
regular one.
Are you getting the
I'm not getting
what,
the-
the
no.
$5.99 or
the
$6.99?
basic,
The basic. That's what
basic
I'm gonna
bitch
go for too.
plan.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
Already got Hulu.
there's no reason for Netflix to be $12.99.
You're right.
If I'm
but
just paying for streaming and not discs,
they still do that.
I believe that that's still an option.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to be paying $12.99 a month if I'm just
But
paying
here's
for
the thing,
streaming.
Tom, here's
you
the
should
thing.
be dropping.
Tom,
I'm not done. I'm not done. Netflix, you should be fucking dropping that shit down to at least $9.99 a month.
They might have to because of the competition. Like they might
They
have to.
fucking better.
They might have to because
they'll
they're
raise it.
sweating it. But
They
they
really-
raised it. People still are paying for it, so they're like, all right, cool. I guess you're all good with paying.
Because we're all a
$12.99.
bunch of assholes.
Right. Well, I don't say assholes. You're all everyone's sheep. It's all good. That it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What do you want
All right.
to tell you? Streaming Wars 2020.
Last bit in TV news.
Okay.
Infinite Crisis in the Arrowverse and Flash, which happens in December, is fucking blowing
This
up.
is
Dude,
getting
I'm
me,
looking
this is
for-
getting me excited.
Yeah, but okay, hold on. So you have Tom Welling returning, and he's gonna be in the Superman suit.
Right. That's
What?
Smallville.
That was the biggest
Superman,
thing that
right?
out of
Okay.
this. And you have the actress showing up in who played Lois Lane in Smallville showing up
Right.
as well.
Yeah, Brandon Routh
Brandon Routh
Did you
showing
see the
up
pictures?
as
Kingdom Come Superman.
Superman Earth 2, I believe that was.
Fuck.
Kingdom
Famous
Come-
from Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come was fantastic. You should read that as well.
Read.
Don't roll your fucking eyes at me. And it has the beautiful art of Alex Ross.
Alex Ross is good art.
All right.
He's a good art guy.
And I think Mark Wade wrote it.
Cool.
This
That
I
dead air.
am
Good.
so excited about.
I'm excited
And do you remember the show Birds of Prey?
too. I've heard of it.
Okay. Well, the girl who played Huntress is
Okay.
showing up to play Huntress again.
I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my god, this is fucking incredible!
It's really cool that they're nodding to all these.
I'm gonna be watching this shit
all
in
these
December.
television shows. So out of the core Arrowverse or the concurrent shows on CW whatever right now, it's Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
Batwoman.
I don't think Batwoman's. I think
she
Batwoman
is.
starts I gotta look it
But
up.
I think she's playing a part.
Yeah.
Supergirl, there.
Supergirl.
Stroked out a
There
little
you
bit.
go. Whew.
Black Lightning is part of this. I did look.
Yeah.
look
Yep.
that up.
Yep. You're
And
right.
It's almost like one's on Monday, one's on Tuesday, one's on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
that's
you
very
know,
ambitious, I have to say.
They're competing with our next topic out in Blitzkrieg.
Oh boy!
It seems
which
like
is...
we're jumping to wrestling news right now.
Oh, okay.
First off, in wrestling, John Morrison is returning to WWE.
Yeah, I heard that.
So here's what
pretty,
I think.
That's pretty interesting.
Miz has been having issues with Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn,
Okay. Yes.
where he's getting jumped, he's getting beaten. It's always a 2-on-1 situation. So I think the Miz is gonna pull some Triple H shit, like when Triple H originally came.
So he's gonna have someone in his corner, is what you're saying. John Morrison.
Here it is. It's
There you
John
go.
Morrison.
All right. Cool.
Which is cool. Like, I mean, I always liked Miz and John Morrison together.
Yeah, they were good. They were a good.
And they're
duo.
best friends in real life.
Are they?
Yeah.
Good for them. But yeah, John Morrison returning to WWE at some point. Could be NXT, could be Raw, could be SmackDown. Who knows?
Yeah, where
One of those
Miz
things.
ends up.
Yeah, could be that too. Who knows?
Or they could bring him back. Like, Miz could win the IC championship, and they could bring Morrison back as a challenger for the IC.
Absolutely.
Because that match they had before Morrison left for the WWE championship
Yes.
was fucking bananas.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I think Morrison actually promptly left after that match.
It was something like that.
Yeah, some shit
it
like
was
that.
Close.
All right, so still on wrestling. Week of wrestling starts as per recording.
As per posting.
So
Yesterday.
on Monday,
On Monday, you had Monday Night Raw.
You have Monday Night Raw.
Right,
The
which
season
I-
premiere, Monday Night Raw.
I hope you all enjoyed it.
On Tuesday, October 1st.
Right.
RUDETOBER 1st, sorry.
October 1st, thank you, yes. Tuesday,
you-
Rude Day.
You have
RUDETOBER 1st.
on Access TV,
Right.
TNA Impact.
Sure. Yep.
So I can
check
actually
your
watch
local
Impact.
listings.
I'll
Right.
check it out. I'll see if it's still trash.
Right.
Which I'm sure it is.
Sure. You never
On
know.
Wednesday, you have the
You have NXT
you have
on
NXT
USA first and
2
foremost.
hours,
Okay.
and then on TNT you have Wednesday Dynamite.
Yep.
AEW.
Yep. And then Nation, also that Wednesday, check your RSS feed because you might get a little mini wrestle special from your boys, all about hyping up AEW on TNT. Wednesday Night Dynamite. Check it.
Thursday, which I thought was a break from wrestling. You
Thursday?
have NXT on the WWE Network.
You got your
You have
replay of
NXT UK.
Oh yeah, NXT UK, sure.
And then on Friday, you have the premiere of SmackDown on Fox.
Yep. So it's on Fox,
and
Fox,
then-
right?
and
It's
then-
on Fox.
Yeah.
Like legit Fox, not
Yeah,
Fox
Channel
Sports
5.
or anything for us. Yes.
And then on Saturday, you have New Japan on Access TV.
Sure. And then Sunday is Hell in a Cell.
God damn, man. Bananas. What a time to be a wrestling
what a
fan.
time to be alive, man.
It really is.
Wrestling all day, every day of the week.
Yeah?
Don't get used to it. But
we'll
it'll
see.
yeah,
we'll
it's
see.
happening.
We'll see. And etc. news. Very sad news. Horror icon Sid Haig, who was Captain Spaulding in the Rob Zombie movies, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, the current one that's out in theaters, 3 from Hell, has sadly passed. I believe he lost his battle with cancer.
Oof, okay.
He was 80 years old. He was great. He was in like in the 70s and 80s. He was in a lot of blaxploitation movies.
Okay.
So,
Got you.
R.I.P. Rest in power, Sid Haig.
Drink to you, Sid Haig. Rest in power.
And that is all we have for Blitzkrieg.
But first, before we end Blitzkrieg, we
Yeah.
got the Big Blitz.
The Big Blitz.
The newest, hottest edition of the Blitzkrieg News portion of the Rude Boys Power Hour Plus. Tom, what is the Big Blitz of this episode? If it's any shock.
Spidey is back in the MCU for 2 more movies, at least Spider-Man 3, and the second one hits July 16th, 2021. Oh, swinging into theaters 2021. I am so psyched for this. I fucking called this shit.
You did.
I fucking called it. I don't care what anyone says.
You did.
So welcome back, Tom goddamn Holland.
Tom Holland was still going to be Spider-Man, though. Like, everyone...
To the MCU.
Right, yes, okay.
Don't yell at me.
All right, so a little bit of detail. Yes, Spider-Man's going to be in a third Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man. Tom Holland is going to be in a third Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man's going to be in a Spider-Man movie? Tom Holland's going to be in a third titular Spider-Man movie.
Called Finally Home.
Co-produced by Kevin Feige with the Marvel Studios. And he will also appear in another MCU-related film. Be that a team-up or fucking Shang-Chi, whatever. Nobody knows yet.
Shang-Chi?
I don't know.
Is he going to teach him Spider-Fu?
Maybe.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
And this is pretty exciting. If anyone saw Tom Holland's Instagram account, did you see this, Tom?
I did vaguely.
It's the scene from Wolf of Wall Street where Leonardo DiCaprio's has the microphone and he just goes like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to fucking anywhere. And the crowd's cheering and stuff like that. It's pretty
That's
good.
awesome.
It's pretty good.
That's awesome.
So he's back in the MCU, yes.
Cool.
They may use this opportunity to maybe kind of phase him out a little bit, just in case things don't. Because I mean, how they left it in Far From Home at the end of their original deal,
like that.
right? But they were like, all right, like he's a huge character in the MCU right now. Who knows?
They're gonna kill Spidey off in the MCU,
right? Because Sony still obviously wants to do their Spider-Verse. They still have a ton of stuff. Hey, and also an announced Madam Web movie. Sony.
That means they'll probably be having Julia Carpenter as Madam Web.
Maybe.
You'll probably see
Old Bones.
You'll see Old Bones Madam Web.
Right.
Probably in the movie pass away and hand off the mantle to Julia Carpenter.
Sure.
Is how it happened before Spider-Verse.
But either way, Sony's still going to go ahead doing their Spider-Man movies.
That's all that matters, man.
But Tom Holland is still appearing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
All this right in the world, and I feel okay about buying Far From Home now.
I was always going to buy Far From Home.
I was feeling a little hesitant because I was an angry fanboy.
Oh my god. You got blinded by your rage.
I did.
Which is very rare for you.
No.
Yeah.
The shit you
really
say.
Really weird. Why weren't you going to buy it, Tom? It was a fun movie.
It was, but again,
good.
I was
Spider-Man
just like,
movie.
fucking goddamn Sony. Like, I was angry.
See, it's not...
Again, like you said, I was blinded by my hatred and my anger, and...
You were just angry
at the
situation.
I was the Hulk.
Right. You were just angry at the situation because here's the deal, man. It's so... You can't point out someone being right in this situation.
No, I know.
And someone being wrong.
No, I know.
Because you got to look at the two monoliths right now. You've got Disney/Marvel on one end and Sony on the other end. Sony has their movie rights to Spider-Man. Fucking dead to rights, right there. Marvel/Disney, really Disney, they're like, we want more of that pie. Give me more of that. Give me more of that money. And then Sony's like no, like we need that money. And then so Disney's like, all right, bye, like get out of here.
Yeah.
They do. Come on.
They got all the profits from Homecoming and Far From Home.
They did, yes, but this is not like we're not talking about 3 hits in the form of the 2 Avengers movie, Captain Marvel, even like you want to go further than that, Black Panther. Like Disney's been on a hot streak specifically with the Marvel scene. So like they don't need the money. Sony kind of needs the money.
I was saying Sony really doesn't. I feel that's what I feel. I don't think Sony needs money. They still pumping out PlayStations and Blu-ray players.
That's a different.
Sony don't need
an entirely different organization within Sony. We're talking about Sony Pictures. I'm sorry.
There you go. You can't just say Sony.
You can't just say Sony Computer Entertainment.
Exactly.
Yes. So anyway, long story short, welcome back, Tom Holland, to the MCU. Even though you weren't going anywhere as Spider-Man, which I was okay with.
Mm-hmm. And in this portion, we are talking about my dud of the show. Tom's dud of the show, if you didn't know.
Tom's dud of the show.
I got 2 this week.
All right.
The first one is just a little jab at him. My co-host here, because he was, I just actually binge listened to previous our last couple of months of recordings, and he was rather. I don't want to say adamant, But he was very sure that Spider-Man was not showing back up in the MCU anytime soon. So, to that, Chris, I say you were wrong, and cheers.
Okay. I'm glad I was wrong, I guess.
I was too.
You weren't.
Huh?
You weren't.
No, I'm glad you were wrong.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Derp, derp, derp.
I'm glad I was wrong. I'm glad you're wrong, too.
My real dud of the show is actually going to Jonah Hill,
Okay.
who allegedly is in talks to be in The Batman.
Right, which we said.
Yes. But he is apparently also holding WB up, wanting more money than the star Robert Pattinson, when you were just playing a co-starring role. And I get it, you may be an Academy Award winner. I don't know, we don't do research here.
Definitely don't.
But you know what? You don't deserve to be paid more.
All right.
You haven't been relevant since Superbad, or maybe Knuckleball. Whatever
Moneyball?
Moneyball. Knuckleball was the book.
Oh, okay.
That Moneyball was based off of.
Okay, cool.
And you know what, Jonah Hill? Fuck you for holding WB up. I hope they decide to cut talks. And that has been Tom's Duds of the Show. You know, what you been up to first?
You mean CatchUp?
God, it's so cringy.
Tommy, what did one rude boy say to the other rude boy?
CatchUp.
Yep, we catching up. Catch up with
It's
your boy.
so fucking cringy.
Nation, if you love this, let us know. If you hate us, nah.
If you hate this, not if you hate us.
I've been playing a lot of Switch stuff.
I see that.
Alright? So, gearing up right before Link's Awakening came out
Okay.
on the Nintendo Switch, I delved more into the Super Nintendo Entertainment System
Okay, cool.
online
So did I.
for the Nintendo Switch. I played through Link to the Past, one of my favorite games.
Nice.
Legend of Zelda Link to the
I'm
Past.
still stuck.
I played through, I
I
think,
got
for
a funny story about it.
I think for the first time fully Star Fox, and I did all 3 routes.
I still lose my one of my wings every time I play Star Fox.
Yeah, and
Every
every time that happens, because there's the Super Nintendo version of Star Fox, the first Star Fox
A
game,
lot of people didn't like it.
is
man.
very well. It's very rough because when Star Fox 64 came out, it obviously reinvented the series. You know, not a lot. I'm sorry, a lot nicer to look at and easier to control, etc.,
Okay.
etc. And that's one of my favorite games.
See,
but
I
I love the
don't-
franchise
I'm
as a
sorry.
whole, and I wanted to play Star Fox, and I did. What were you gonna say?
I've only played Super Nintendo version. I never played the
You haven't played the N64 one? No,
Yeah.
alright. You should change that somehow, but there's no easy way for you to do
No,
that.
there isn't, 'cause I don't have a
You don't have an
CRTV.
N64, nor do you have a 3DS to play the 3DS
Nope.
version. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's a great game.
Cool. I'll just borrow your 3DS.
Okay, that's fine. But
You
yeah,
will not be doing that.
Star Fox 64, great game. But I'm not talking about Star Fox 64. Star Fox, man, that's a rough, choppy game. But I
Sure.
played it, and I had a decent time.
Okay.
Thank God for save states is all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
But really the meat and potatoes of what I was doing on the Switch
Meat
was
and
playing
potatoes.
The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which came out as of recording 2 Fridays ago.
Okay.
Yes.
You enjoying it? It seems
I
like you are.
enjoyed it. I beat it.
Okay.
So it's if you didn't
I saw
hear
your-
from our,
I saw you're gonna be replaying.
I'm going to shoot to replay it. So
Okay.
I played through the entirety of Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch, which is a remake of the
Exclusively.
early 90s, exclusive for the Nintendo Switch, thank you, which is a remake of the early 90s Game Boy game Link's Awakening,
Okay.
which was also remade for the Game Boy Color. Listen to last episode. I talk all about Zelda for a half
He
hour,
really-
90 minutes, whatever.
Half hour? You're being
I'm
fucking
a half hour in
generous.
specific, probably 40 minutes specific.
I'm sure some people can testify that it was longer than a half hour.
Did you hear that?
Birds.
Birds. And I really did enjoy it. They do a lot of quality and life improvements, obviously with the saving and warping and stuff like that.
Multiple button controls.
Multiple button control, exactly.
Which I know
so you
was
don't
a
have to go-
huge
Yes,
thing
yes, that
for
was
this
that
game.
that was a huge that was probably the most welcome change because
Cool.
it was very archaic on the Game Boy. You only had 2 face buttons,
Sure,
so you
sure.
had to Go in, pick your sword. Go in, pick your shield. Oh wait, I want to pick the magic rod. I want to pick the magic powder. I want to pick the hook shot.
I want the gauntlets.
Right. Well, yeah. I think the gauntlets were an actual item. It wasn't unequipable. Yeah, dashing. You had to pick the Pegasus boots. You couldn't just press a button to run because you didn't have you didn't have the buttons for that.
Right.
You didn't have the buttons for that.
Yeah.
But Link's Awakening in general, great game.
Awesome.
This remake is awesome. I will have to say though that they have a. So I was trying to 100% it best I could, like I do with Zelda games. So there are more pieces of heart in this game because it's a full-blown Zelda game. It's a more enhanced version of Link's Awakening. I think Link's Awakening for the Game Boy maybe only had like, let's say 16 hearts, whereas this one has a full 20. Like that's the usual thing of what you do, which you always get from dungeons, and you pick up pieces here and there. So this game has more pieces of heart that you can collect, and I got all of them, but a lot of them were hidden behind the featured dungeon creator mode.
Okay, yeah, I've heard it's not very good.
It's good on paper, but when you actually get into it, it's like, this is not cool, because it's like...
I've heard a lot of complaints.
It's unlike Mario Maker, where Mario Maker's just like, here's a blank canvas, here's all the pieces,
do whatever you want.
Exactly. Dungeon Creator in Zelda is, here's the dungeon rooms that you have visited. So out of the 8 dungeons, let's say, 9 if you include the color dungeon, I think. Don't count me on that. Whatever. You can take those pieces, and they're almost like Lego style, that you can just pop them onto a map and then connect them based on doors. Because it's grid-based. Sure. It's grid-based. Basically, all top-down Zelda games, dungeons, are kind of the same thing. It's all screen-based dungeons. But you had to then take those rooms and then just kind of connect them, and like... you need some locked doors and some with treasure chests, and you need a final boss at the end, which makes sense. And again, on paper it's fine, but in practice it's just not. It's not great. It definitely kind of like it's a step in the right direction. And if they wanted to do something similar, where it's like, okay, here's your room. What kind of monsters do you want? Like, okay, I want this monster here. I want this monster there. I want this puzzle here. I want this trap here. Cool. All right, move to the next room. What do you want to do there? So, and because I mean, I've seen amazing stuff coming out of Super Mario Maker 2 specifically, and if they were to maybe take that sort of motivation,
shit coming out of Super Mario Maker 2.
But if you want to take that motivation and put it and take that motivation, add it to this dungeon creator mode, I think you'll get a good Zelda Maker. But this is like baby steps,
right,
into that. What Super Mario Maker did for the Wii U, this is not that. It's a step in the right direction.
Okay.
What else have I done? I have no idea, Tom. I spoke enough.
Cool.
I did enough video games.
Yeah. No, I've also been dabbling a little more into the SNES online.
You should have cut me off. We would have talked about Super Nintendo stuff for 40 minutes.
Dude, you were on a roll.
I was, yes. Because that's how I was in real life.
On a roll, not on a bagel. I went to fire up Legend of Zelda on the SNES.
Right.
And apparently, I didn't save last time I played. So I have to go back to the Mountain Temple.
Ouch.
Which kind of stopped me from playing, because I was like, this is annoying.
I know you, and
I'm going to go back. I am. But I did start playing Breath of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Because I never touched that on the SNES. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
It's got that Final Fantasy, old school Final Fantasy feel, which I like. I really do, and I'm gonna stick with it.
That's funny you say that, because while I was in between stuff, waiting for Link's Awakening, I fired up Demon's Crest, which is
I tried
Capcom
that.
game.
Ooh, not
that
for me.
That is a game I feel like I can definitely get my head around.
Okay.
It reminds me a lot. It's gonna sound so weird. It reminds me of a combination of like Mega Man X. And also, Ghouls
and Ghosts.
No, Mickey's Magical Quest, which is also another Capcom game. It just has that, like...
I hated all the Mickey games.
I love that Mickey game.
Fuck that.
It has such a thing about it.
Okay.
Like, platforming of Mega Man. Wow, sorry. And also just like the weird fantasy charm of Magical Quest.
Okay.
It's really weird to say,
All right,
but
all right.
that was what I mean. Both were made by Capcom in that same time
Cool.
period. All were made by Capcom. in that
Capcom
same
is
time,
yeah. I mean,
same time period. Capcom made Breath of Fire, so there you go.
Capcom's just fantastic. Like, I mean,
Do a whole Capcom episode.
they brought us Mega Man, Street Fighter,
Right. Okay. Say some more
Resident
franchises they
Evil.
brought. Yep. Don't touch me. Resident
You
Evil.
touched me.
Perfect for RUDETOBER.
Ooh, yes. I you know, as we said in Blitzkrieg, I know you and I have both been playing. Probably me more so. I've been playing fucking Mario Kart Tour.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we can talk about this in Blitzkrieg. Yeah, okay. We'll talk about Mario Kart Tour a little bit.
I dig it. I like the fact that
You are more of a mobile player than I am. First
I
and
am
foremost.
because I'm always on the go.
Right.
Um,
You don't have nowhere to go. Come on now.
well, I know no one loves me.
But Mario Kart Tour, yeah, came out.
It's good.
Past couple
It does control well once you
Once you figure it out, there's a bit of a
once
curve.
you fix the controls. I love the graphics. It's got
The
that.
graphics are fine.
It's very Wii U esque. I'll say.
I'd stick it between the three. I'd stick it between the DS and
3DS?
like the GameCube
Okay.
era of graphics. Like it looks fine for what it is, but like
I'm-
Deluxe looks amazing.
I'll say Wii U.
no, definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
I think the controls are fine. I like the fact that because my biggest problem with Mario Kart was always falling off the edges.
Right.
Uh,
As we can know. As we know.
I do enjoy the fact
Here
that
in the
you
studio.
can't fall off the edges in this
Yes.
one.
No, that is good. That gives you a lot
The
of.
only thing is, this game is
stuff to
very.
stop worrying about.
This game is very easy
Okay.
because I was literally like, I said on the Instagram Live, I was playing it and I got a phone call. I answered the phone call and I came in first place.
Wow. All right.
Like, dude, I wasn't like the whole time that my brother's talking to me.
Right.
I hear woohoo! Like,
All right,
I
good
hear
job.
the game, and I'm trying not to laugh.
Sure.
And I'm like, you came in first place. I was like, cool. I enjoy it. I'll stick with it for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm gonna play with it too
I do
a little bit. I like the fact like the first course that they introduced to you was I think like New York Tour or something, New York Trip or something like that. I would like to see a course like that.
You were a
blown
Galaxy
up.
fan, right? I'm sorry, Odyssey.
Yes.
That came from Odyssey, right?
No, it didn't.
No?
That's an original course.
No. But like the whole
Dude,
like
this is-
New York
no, this is-
landscape.
But yeah, I guess. But I mean, they didn't.
Did that come from Odyssey?
I guess technically,
Because wasn't it like
New Donk
Yorktown?
City, New Donk City
Okay, New
is
Donk
what it was
City,
called.
right.
But there was never a course in that same respect because
Okay.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is really just a repurposed edition of Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC. So
Okay.
in between that time, Mario Odyssey came out, so there was no real
Cool.
Mario Odyssey course. But this was a fine course. Like I would love to see this blown up, 3 laps, like on the big screen or something like that.
I think I got a feeling we're gonna see Mario Kart 9 soon.
I hope so. This is definitely not Mario Kart 9. For
No,
any,
no, no,
for
no,
all
no,
the
no,
haters
no,
out
no,
there.
no,
It's
no,
not.
no,
This
it's
is
not.
a mobile stopgap
Who's hating
between the
on
next
this?
thing.
This is just
people, I'm
fun.
sure people are like,
Oh,
you know,
the internet.
But I will say though that it does seem pretty scummy with a lot of the microtransactions. I will say
All
that
right, so
I haven't spent a dime on this.
I'm a
I know
big-
Tom hasn't spent a dime on
I'm
that.
a big mobile player, as
yes.
you know.
Yes.
I play Marvel Contest of Champions,
Okay.
and I know people who have dropped like hundreds upon
Right.
hundreds of dollars on
Right.
this game. And the only time I've ever dropped anything on this game on Marvel Contest of Champions
Sure.
is when I get like a Google gift card.
Sure. Okay.
It's a, I don't want to say play to win. It's a, I want to say it's a play to, it's a pay to play.
No, it's not pay to play because I could play for free.
No, you know what I mean. Like,
It doesn't give you a definite advantage because it still is skill based, but they do lock characters behind a paywall, and those certain not those, but certain characters give you a bonus going into the fucking course. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like, because you get if you pick this character, you'll get 3 items instead of 2 items or 1 item.
I don't know. My Toadette gets 3 items.
All right. Well, you must be on some lucky courses then.
Damn
But I
right.
know, like, even Mario, as of right now, I think is, like, behind a paywall or something like that. Like,
Which
whatever.
you would think would be odd because it's called Mario Kart Tour.
Well, exactly, yeah. Also, Luigi's not in the game, but whatever.
Wait, what?
Luigi's not in the game.
Deleted.
Okay.
Live
Sorry,
deletion.
Mario Kart. Mario Kart
Live
Tour.
deletion.
That's
No
not
Luigi.
happening.
Yeah, okay.
They're gonna release him probably around the same time as Luigi's Mansion.
As a younger brother, I'm a Luigi player.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Luigi's great. But they'll probably release him later. Because it's Mario Kart, you know what I'm saying? You okay?
I'm a little upset about that.
All
There's no Luigi.
There's no Luigi in the game as of recording. Sorry, Tom.
So I've been reading some.
You agree? Okay, cool.
It's a secret. What I've been reading.
Is it?
I read Secret War, which was written by Michael Bendis.
Okay.
And this is this is a story that he wrote of Wolverine, Captain America, Nick Fury, Black Widow, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, going into Latveria.
Okay.
And pretty much like, because Nick Fury got information that Latveria was trying to pull some terrorist shit
Okay.
on the U.S. So they were like, all right, well, we need to go in there. And the U.S. government was like, nope, we're not doing that.
Right. And
So he kind of went behind their backs.
Sure.
And he was just like, guys, remember that favor I told you I was going to be calling in? Yeah, I'm calling in that favor.
Okay, okay.
The way Michael Bendis writes, writes Wolverine, I hated.
Okay. Why is that?
Because, all right, so they all get on a plane. You got Peter Parker, as Peter Parker. No one knows his identity. And then you have, Luke Cage. You have, blah, 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 blah. And then Wolverine comes out of the, the bathroom.
Okay.
Of the plane they're on, drunk as a skunk.
Sure.
Now, Wolverine, yes, he gets drunk, but with his healing factor, it doesn't hold.
I was about to say, yeah.
But, he came out hey, to the flight attendant, hey, you want to go into the bathroom and fuck, pretty much? Dude, Bendis, fuck you, dude, for writing Wolverine that way. That's not Wolverine to me.
Right, okay.
So they go they go to Latveria, they fucking destroy who they need to destroy.
Okay.
It wasn't even Doom.
I'm still laughing at I just sorry, continue.
They weren't it wasn't even Doom they were after. They were after the person who's in charge.
Of Latveria?
Yeah, you never played Ultimate Alliance 2, you said, right?
Nope.
Lucina von Bards, I think her name was.
Sure.
So they pretty much they drop a castle on her.
Okay. Great.
She comes back a year later and is just she attacks all the heroes that were involved. Except for Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man never lost his mask.
Okay.
So she didn't know his identity.
Okay.
So, they sent a bomb to, Luke Cage's apartment and Jessica Jones, and it blows up Luke Cage.
All right.
So Luke Cage is in a coma because the doctors can't operate because... Why?
He's bulletproof.
Unbreakable skin.
Sure. Yeah, same difference.
So, then you have them, they attack Captain America. They attack Wolverine at the X-Mansion. And... there's one point where he's just oh yeah, no X-Brats tonight. Yeah, I can drink.
Right, okay.
And I'm like, no, that's not Wolverine.
Right.
Fuck you, Bendis. It almost turned me off.
Okay.
All in all, this all led to House of M.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, this was all everything tumbled into all that
Really?
Secret
Okay.
Invasion and all this. And
Right, yeah, of course.
speaking of Secret Invasion, I read that as well.
Oh, you read Secret Invasion?
Which was also written by Bendis.
Okay.
Which I didn't realize until I was reading it. And that's when the Skrulls invade Earth.
Yes, this is post-Civil War, right, I believe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because Tony Stark's all...
He's a little preoccupied,
Captain America's dead.
Right.
At this point.
Yes.
And they're in the Savage Land, and they, Jessica Drew, the Skrull Queen, quote unquote, air quotes, is trying to convince Tony, real deal Tony Stark, that he's a Skrull.
Okay.
And Black Widow's like, dude, you're not. You're fucking not.
Right.
So this is when fucking Norman Osborn comes into power
Yes.
when he,
Yes.
starts Hammer.
Yep.
So then that leads into the siege.
Right.
Where
the Dark
they-
Avengers try to
Ye-
attack Asgard, right?
Yep. And
See, I know my
you know,
shit.
you see the heroes reunited. You see Stark and Captain America reunited on the same side
Right.
after Civil War and
Nice.
all that bullshit.
Nice.
So it was like it was a very great moment to see. So those were cool. I'm also in the middle of reading Annihilation, which
Okay,
is
which was another big time.
big time thing right now.
Okay.
It's the Skrull Soldier Pybok.
Oh yeah, Pybok.
Yeah, well, he was actually, I think he was in Ultimate Alliance 1.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And these other creatures and drags.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting through it. I'm not enjoying it.
It's all like more space stuff.
Right now
Is that
it's
what's
involving Drax, and I'm like,
Okay.
we know how I feel about Drax.
Fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, pretty much. No,
Oh, you said that
I'm
before
waiting.
the movie.
Yeah.
But do you like the movie? So.
I've also been watching some shit.
Oh,
I
all
saw
right, Tom,
it.
hey.
I saw it Chapter 2.
Nice, very thematic for
Whew.
RUDETOBER.
Awesome.
Right.
It was really good. I cannot wait. Allegedly, they are going to be releasing a supercut of It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2.
Gracious. Okay.
I'm watching those, and I will probably be kidnapping you and your girlfriend to watch those as well.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry. You've
Not
seen the
worried.
first one. You'll get over it. And I know you've seen the original.
Yes, you are correct. I have seen the original
I
and
plan-
the first one.
I actually plan on seeing. I'll watch the original again very soon.
Well, we might talk about that in a later episode.
Absolutely.
All right.
And I also watched the dark
Damn, Tommy.
the dark comedy called Hellbaby.
Okay. Tell us all
Um,
about Hellbaby.
Hellbaby. Do you remember a couple of years ago that?
No.
Can I
Yeah, go ahead.
finish? You fuck. Do you remember these people they put a stroller out into New York and like a devil baby would pop up? I'm
Like
sure
a
you've seen it on
YouTube video?
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
That follows this movie.
What?
Yeah. It was a promotion for this movie. So pretty much,
Oh,
I'm drawing a blank, but Key was in it from Key and Peele,
Okay.
and he he plays a neighbor bothering these white folks that just bought
Whoa.
property in the Louisiana
Okay.
ghetto.
All right. Sure.
And
Excuse me.
yeah, do you remember the reporter that Tony Stark slept with in Iron Man, the blonde?
No.
You would know her if you saw her. Like if you saw her face, you would know who she was.
Okay.
She was in it, and so was I want to get the guy's name right. So stall me a little bit. Rob Cardry.
Rob Corddry. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's
From
Daily Show.
Children's Hospital.
On the he was from the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and this was a lot of the guys that did Reno 911.
Oh, Tom, you should have fucking started with this. I would have been
Alright.
way more interested in
sorry.
this fucking Hellbaby
Thomas
bullshit.
Lennon was in it.
Tom Lennon. Okay,
Um,
great. Perfect. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
dude. This movie was.
My
Michael
interest
Ian Black
peaked.
was in
My
it.
interest peaked right now.
Good.
Okay,
I'm glad. Paul Scheer was
All
in
right,
it.
look, you can stop right there, Tom. All right, because
Yeah.
I am more interested now than ever. If I end up watching it, I will be surprised.
Yeah,
with who is in this cast.
Yeah, it's just like this white couple buys a house in the ghetto, and
Hijinks ensue.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
great.
she's pregnant with twins. One comes out normal. The other one comes out as a demon
As
baby.
the Hellbaby. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fucking hysterical. I watched it on. I watched it on Tubey. Tubey TV. It's
Tubi?
Yeah.
Tubi.
Yeah.
Okay. I know what
I
you're talking
liked
about.
it. I'm
Streaming
like-
Wars of 2020.
Yeah, I like that streaming service. Yes, it's free. There are commercials. It froze a lot, though. That's the thing that turned me off
Buyer
on it.
beware, yeah.
Exactly.
Your mileage may
It's
vary
free.
on
It's
that.
free.
It's
You know,
free.
what
get
can I
you
do?
pay for.
That service does have a lot of options.
Okay.
And I'm sure I could buy like the premium and
Sure,
not
yeah,
get
yeah,
commercials.
yeah.
But why would I do that when I can just watch it on fucking one of the
Television or
non-streamings?
whatever. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Everything's streaming, baby.
That is what I have been up to.
That's all you've been up to?
One, two, Freddy's coming for you. Three, four, I don't remember the rest of the rhyme.
This is Scream Man. He's gonna kill you.
This is Halloween! This is Halloween! 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 Halloween!
I hope you enjoyed our rendition of all the popular theme songs.
Yes.
For all the popular horror movie franchises. Because we're talking about horror movie franchises, in case you didn't know. It's RUDETOBER, baby. I can't do that very more often.
The Boogeyman came back? Well,
The Boogeyman...
His,
the Boogeyman
piss-
needs to relax.
his piss poor cousin, the Oogie Man?
Oogie Man.
There
Oogie
you
Boogie.
go.
So, Tom, this is your...
Yep.
This is it, baby.
This is gonna be a lot
You got
of
notes?
fun.
Look
Oh,
at
yeah,
you.
baby, come on.
You're bringing the microphone closer.
Absolutely, because you ain't talking.
No. I was just gonna take. Wake me up when you're done.
You're gonna jaw jack. That's what you're gonna do. Hey, fucking play.
Ocarina of Time.
Actually, that plane
Uh-huh.
can actually bring us into our first movie franchise.
Wow. Segue.
Final Destination,
That's right.
which
Forgot all about that.
came out mid-90s, early 2000s.
You did the research, guy.
I know that I forgot to put years and dates.
Sure. Okay. But yeah, Final Destination. There had to be like, what, 7 of those fucking.
Yeah,
movies?
yeah, and they
God.
banked. They all made
Yeah.
money. Was about this group of kids who were going on a class trip to France,
Sure.
I believe, and apparently the plane that they were supposed to be on crashed because the main character, who was also in the movie Idle Hands,
Ooh, man, synergy.
freaked out and got the whole class kicked
Right, 'cause
off.
he had like a vision. that
Right,
they were gonna
exactly.
die.
And sure as shit, the plane went down.
Okay.
So then Death is looking for revenge.
Okay.
And
yes.
all these kids die in such horrible fucking ways.
Yeah, they do.
Like you got and their teacher.
Yeah. I mean,
You know.
we're talking about the whole series, because I mean, I think I
Yeah.
saw like
I
Final
saw like
Destination
3 of
4
them.
or
Yeah,
something,
okay.
like-
Wow, you saw more than I did.
No, not 4 movies. The 4th one. It was definitely one of those movies you don't have to see like
Right.
in order. You just know that like, okay, these kids are cursed or whatever. The end. They're all gonna die probably. The
Right.
one I saw had a girl. She got boiled alive in a tanning bed. One
Okay.
dude got. That was 3.
I believe so.
All right. One dude got
Birds?
decapitated by some weird friggin' swords they had in a gym room.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like
It was like a Bowflex snap.
Yeah, it was.
right. Okay.
I'm
We're
thinking
gonna
something
get
different.
we're gonna get into
No, 'cause
workout
I remember-
workout equipment because it's fucking dangerous in horror movies.
Yeah, don't work out ever.
In a horror movie.
Yeah, well, guess what? Reality is a horror movie when you think about it.
Yeah, yeah. Guess what? Being healthy, bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Even if you can outrun the killer, you're still gonna die.
no. The way I see it, I don't have to outrun the killer. I just gotta outrun you.
Right. That's fine.
So,
That's fine.
oh, I can.
Well, the virgin always lives.
Holy shit!
That's a low blow.
Wow! My soul!
That's a low blow.
It hurts!
Alright, so anyway,
Um,
Final Destination.
Very cool. Sean William Scott got plowed by a train in the first one.
Oh boy. Okay.
Uh,
that was the friggin' name recognition that
yeah.
feature film had.
No, I forget the dude who was in that and Idle Hands. Devin something or another.
There's literally no way to know.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I know. We're in the age of the internet and no one knows anything.
Nope. I don't know shit.
So.
I mean, I could have told you that before.
Yeah, exactly. So, Final Destination, definitely one of those, like, teen friend, like,
Yeah, definitely.
I think that might have started
I would think.
I think that
since-
might have started the PG-13 craze
Sure, I can see that.
of horror.
I would definitely
horror
say before.
franchises.
I'm just taking a peek at your notes right here. I would say like Scream brought more of a more mainstream horror. It's okay. More of a mainstream
Yeah.
audience horror.
Scream
Right?
was
So-
one of my favorite franchises.
Okay.
Again,
That's
you know,
good because I know you're a very classic horror movie
yes, yeah.
fan.
Yeah,
and I'm glad something like Scream hit that level.
Oh,
for
it
you.
did. Like, I mean, the funniest
It's
thing
Wes Craven, so there you go.
yeah, exactly. R.I.P. Funniest thing that I find about Scream is the first one that
Classic comedy.
that they were like Drew Barrymore in Scream.
Oh yeah, and she's like,
She's off in
she
like
gets killed immediately.
the
right,
first
yeah.
15 minutes. Like she's found strung up in a tree.
Well, that's good because like I'm sure.
That brought light to Nev Campbell, Matthew Lillard, not Gavin Rosdale who played Billy. Like this movie definitely had me jump. And you know what? To this day, like one of my favorite lines is when Sydney, Nev Campbell,
Okay.
you know, takes the voice box that they're using to control their voice, like, you know, make
make
it
it all
deep,
spooky.
like, hey, what's your favorite scary movie?
Right.
You know, she's using that, and she calls them, and Matthew Lillard, because they're at a party at his house, goes, "Did you really call my parents?" He goes, "Bet you sorry ass you did." He goes, "Oh man, my dad's gonna be so pissed." And then she drops his fucking TV on him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is she the killer?
No,
Spoiler alert?
no.
Oh, okay.
Matthew Lillard and his friend, the guy who played Billy, were the
right.
killers.
Okay. That's
And
a cool
you know,
thing.
he was
Okay.
fat. Like Billy was stabbed, and then he turns to her and goes, "Corn syrup." The same thing they used in Carrie.
Wah, wah, wah.
Because they were both like Matt.
Meta.
Yeah, and people thought Jamie Kennedy was the killer because he worked in a movie store.
Oh, okay.
Like a Blockbuster, and he was obsessed with Nev Campbell's character, and he was obsessed
That's
with
cool. So they kind of like they took the tropes
yeah,
at that time and kind of twisted them a
Exactly.
little bit. Okay.
Rose
like,
McGowan-
hey, here's
yeah.
a named actress, Drew Barrymore, immediately killed.
Yeah.
Here's this guy's going to be the killer. No, it's two jabronis you don't even give a fuck about.
What?
All right,
Matthew
that's
Lillard
cool.
was fucking Shaggy.
He was fucking Shaggy.
He was fucking Shaggy with
God.
Scooby.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Robber.
That's a different Hanna-Barbera franchise. Moving on, Tommy.
The dark web. So Scream
You got that.
is is just fantastic.
I'm glad it
even, like-
resonates with
and honestly,
you who is big in horror.
right? I mean, Lee Schreiber was in Scream 3
No way to know.
or Scream 2, I
Sure.
think.
Okay.
Well, fucking look, man. I got the notes up. You
Yeah, you're
you
good.
got fucking recording.
We're important. We
If
got
only
important.
we had someone that could look
No.
shit up and give us signals.
Stop.
God damn it.
That's it.
Very cool. When I saw that they were coming out with Scream 4 years after Scream 3, I was like,
Wasn't it like Screeform?
whatever.
There was a 4 in
I was
the
just
name.
like, this is gonna be trash. I watched it. I was like, yo, this shit was good.
Good. I'm glad.
It was. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Another franchise, which is actually one of the few franchises that deals with the classic monster of werewolves,
Oh, okay.
The Howling.
Okay.
I believe.
I didn't know this was a
I
franchise. I've
yeah,
heard
it
of
was.
it.
It was the Howling 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Cool.
You know, this couple goes to this resort, and you know, the woman gets, or the man gets attacked by werewolves.
Sure.
I believe he ends up dying.
Okay.
And then the woman gets like scratched or like nipped by one of the wolves,
Okay.
and then it ends with like, because she was a TV broadcaster,
Okay.
it ends with her like turning to the camera and like starting to turn into a werewolf.
Interesting. Okay.
This actually had probably one of the best werewolf transformations. Like you would just see like the bodies like the bones popping and
Now, okay.
because when people turn into werewolves, like their bones like
Yeah, their whole
stand,
skeleton
like,
changes,
like you
basically,
hear
yeah.
everything. I mean, nothing near American Werewolf
I was just about
in
to
London.
say. I was just about to say.
American
'Cause
Werewolf
that
in
is
London.
the-
You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen that. That is the. I've seen it on
So
a
good.
fucking sleepover when I was in 5th grade or something.
Never seen.
Oh yeah, American Werewolf in London is like probably
the
the
pinnacle.
most,
But
because-
again, this is
because it's one
franchises, not
you're right.
singular monster movies as of now.
What, wasn't there like an American Werewolf in Paris or something
Oh
like that?
my god! Don't
Oh,
even.
okay, sorry.
Don't.
Sorry. Hey, I'm an
Don't.
outside horror
It was
fan.
bad.
I'm not even a horror fan. I'm just saying things I don't.
You're a horror fan by proxy.
Yes, there you go. But that's cool that werewolves get their
Absolutely.
their
I mean,
love,
there's never
'cause-
really been a vampire franchise. I know there are certain people out there who hate.
Twilight.
I mean, for Tom, it's a horror movie,
And I'm shut down.
And it does
I
have
just
vampires.
shut down.
But I mean, like,
no, but you know what I mean. Like, I think Bela Lugosi, who portrayed Dracula,
Right.
I think he was maybe 2.
yeah, I'm sure they
Which
they
doesn't
kind of
count
rolled his
as
old bones out
a-
in some movies. The same thing with
Right.
the dude who played Frankenstein. It's Monster, Boris Karloff.
Yes.
Like they brought those characters back, and I mean,
Right.
obviously, like you know,
Again,
you have
that's for future.
That's a future thing, but we're also very strict with the whole concept of the movie franchises. Because,
Exactly.
like, we could talk about like Anne Rice's vampire movies, which
We can
is
talk about one.
right? But I mean that is a loose
One.
connected movie franchise,
Right.
dealing within the same universe, whatever, and it has vampires in it. But again, the way we're defining movie franchises in
2
this
or
regard, yes, 2 or more, but also it's following a singular antagonist.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So then, the next one I'm gonna touch upon is Saw. Saw was about a killer who was terminally ill, and he was trying to get people to understand the value of life.
Perfect.
So you put them in these fucked up situations.
Like you would do.
Right.
Sure.
And then I just kind of feel the series just goes off the fucking
It
rails.
really does. Yeah.
Like,
I think I've
Saw
seen
1
Saw
was great.
3.
Saw 2 was good. I think I saw the first 3 in theaters.
Yes.
The
After
worst
that-
one, oh my god, was probably 2 of the worst scenes in Saw 2.
Okay.
Was the girl who was trying to reach up
I know what you're talking
to
about. Yeah.
like to get the antidote, and then the blades.
Yeah, almost like it was like a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah.
sort of thing where, like,
And it was like
you could put
glued
your-
to the
you could
fucking
put your hands in the box,
but you couldn't
to
get
pull them out.
You had
they
to
would get
pretty much
cut
slit
up.
your own wrist.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then you had, oh man, the one part in Saw 2 where the dude takes Amanda from the first one,
Okay.
who was in the bear trap.
Yep.
Just takes her and throws her into
Oh,
like,
in, like, the
the
syringe
pit of
pit.
hypodermic needles.
Yeah.
Because she was like an ex-heroin addict.
Right.
And then it turns out that, she was in cahoots
Yeah,
the
she's like
whole
apprentice
time.
For, John Saw, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't
Jigsaw.
remember. Jigsaw. Yeah.
John
That was-
Saw. Wow. Okay. John Saw. I like that. Very good porn name.
Oh boy.
I'm John Saw, and I'm here to saw you, sweetheart.
All right, that was unintentional, but very
Anyway,
funny.
very
But
funny. Great.
yeah, you're right. It was one of those
Great for
franchises
content.
that definitely got popular,
Right.
and steamrolled.
Right. You
And
had
it started the whole like gore
torture
porn.
Torture
Is
porn.
what they
That's what a
call it,
lot of
yeah.
people call it. Yes. You had Chester Bennington in like the last lead singer
Did you?
from Linkin Park.
Right? Did you?
He was in
Huh.
it. Yes.
You also had one of the Wahlbergs, right? Donnie
Donnie
Wahlberg.
the less famous.
Carrie Elways. What do we say?
Yeah.
Yules.
Yeah.
He was in it.
The Dread Pirate.
The Dread Pirate. Oh yeah. The
Yes,
Dread Pirate.
yes.
Yes.
Which, that should. Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother thing I got annoyed about. But anyway.
All right, yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Not a horror movie franchise.
All right.
Well, what is a horror movie franchise, Tom?
Child's Play,
Yep, that is a horror movie franchise.
which
You're
is
right.
about a killer doll
It is about a
Well,
killer
hold on.
whose spirit
who does some voodoo.
does do his voodoo.
I love the way you do your voodoo, or like that song that goes, right?
Yeah, something like that.
You shut up. played by Brad Dourif, who, if anyone, he's a very good voice actor, and he has popped up in some movie franchises, which we're going to be getting to.
Sure.
He transformed. Charles Lee Ray was his name.
Charles Lee Ray, which is a play on
Charles
three
Manson.
serial killers. Charles Manson. Sorry, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Well, he wasn't a serial killer.
Wasn't a serial killer. You're right.
But he was a known figure.
A known murderer.
Okay. And where does the Ray come from?
I don't remember.
Okay,
There's
cool.
no way to know.
Because neither do I.
Cool. But anyway. So yeah, he becomes a doll. The end.
So yeah, he becomes a doll.
Ray Charles, the murderer.
Of
silence.
the ivory keys.
Be a lot of editing out of this.
No. Fuck it.
No, I'm gonna keep the ivory keys.
Yeah.
In, but I'm taking this out.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't. So he puts a soul into the Buddy Good Guy doll.
Yep.
And he ends up tormenting a child in it. I can't.
Well, he ends up tormenting. He wants to revenge his partner who wronged him and the cop who kind of basically cornered him to the point that he had to send his spirit out into a doll.
Andy is the kid's name.
Yes, Bonnie and I just saw this movie, Jesus, like a month ago.
Yeah,
and
okay. I have the whole collection.
Man, like, this is just like a fucking 80s movie.
Well, like,
man.
okay, look, you know, because then it goes
the series goes.
Yeah. Child's Play 2, from what I remember from when I was a kid, was really good. Child's Play 3, because he goes to like military. Andy goes to military school. Child's Play 4, which I think was Seed of Chucky.
Exactly, I was about to say.
I'm sorry, Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, I don't
with
know
Jennifer Tilly, who I've loved since I was a kid.
Okay.
Like, yeah, man, I love Jennifer Tilly. Anything she does, from the Child's Play movies to fucking Liar Liar. She was in Modern Family? Okay. I dropped off of Modern Family.
She
didn't find it very good.
But no, you're right. Like that franchise is kind of like when it turned into the Of Chucky series.
Yep.
It was just like whatever. Dude.
The Seed of Chucky is ridiculous because he's in Hollywood.
Yeah.
They have a kid,
and also Jennifer Tilly is there as Jennifer Tilly. Yeah.
She goes
Wikipedia.
Like
the
she
rest
goes
of the series.
like she goes to go down on Marlon Wayne's No Bit, or Redman's No Bits. I think.
Penis.
Blowjob. Oh, I thought we were playing Word Pyramid here.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh boy.
So like that, and then
that would be a fun drinking game.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
X-rated pyramid. Sorry, continue.
And then you have what is it? Oh, fuck.
There's Cult of Chucky.
Right. But the one before that, where the
let me think. Seed? No.
Bride. Seed.
There was also Cult. Literally no way to know.
Right.
And there's no way that I'm like
because there was one. Because there was
anyone else to look it up right now.
Because there was one where it was like where he was like tormenting his.
And it wasn't like something as simple as revenge. It was like
he was like
Noun of Chucky.
Yeah, he was like tormenting his daughter because
oh god, yeah.
Charles Lee Ray like raped the woman's mother, and she ended up being pregnant, and he stabbed her while she was pregnant with her. That's why she ends up in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Which the funny thing is, the woman who ends up in the wheelchair is Fiona Dourif, who is Brad Dourif's daughter in real life.
Huh. Okay.
Which is very cool. And she plays the part very well, and like
as a
quadriplegic who tries to be a hero, in which leads into Cult of Chucky.
Okay.
It's called Curse of Chucky, the movie I'm thinking of.
There it is. Okay. Oh,
Which
man,
then
that was some blue ball situation.
which
My
leads
God.
to Cult of Chucky,
Right.
where she's in an insane asylum.
Okay.
And Chucky is able to, like, put his conscience into several
Yes.
different dolls, and
Yes.
it's just weird.
Again,
and then
I'm
Jennifer
just
Tilly
faking this
picks
off
her.
of Wikipedia.
Yeah, and Jennifer Tilly, like, picks the doll up at the end. It's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, no, it absolutely.
And then you have the remake
okay,
where
yeah, there you go.
Audrey,
Let's talk about some
where
remakes.
Audrey plot. This is the first one on the list that where the remake happens.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point.
I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, I think I am.
Well, out of
whatever.
what we mentioned so far?
Yeah,
What did we mention? We
yes,
mentioned
actually,
The Howling. Yeah.
of what I mentioned so far. Where apparently it was Chucky was an AI doll or some shit.
Yeah,
almost
in
like
the
an
age of
Alexa.
and
Right.
The Google Home shit. Yeah.
And Audrey Plaza plays the mom. Pretty much same thing. Doll comes to life,
Yeah.
tries to kill the kid and the family.
Right. Sure.
Boom.
Great.
Done.
Awesome.
I have not heard anything good about this movie. I'm still curious about checking it out eventually.
You know what's funny is that, like, this Child's Play remake notwithstanding, all the Of Chucky movies, like, if I was a big-time Hollywood producer, it's unfortunate to say, but, like, if they were to scoop up the rights for Chucky and Child's Play or whatever, and they were to just be like, all right, listen, we know this is going to make money because you know it's going to be a stupid-ass horror movie, just fucking go for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, like, people actually go to the extent and be like, okay, well, let's, like, explore the original burglars, like, his family life.
Right.
And try to expand on that. Like, that's kind of interesting.
Sure.
And
no, I agree.
It's kind of unfortunate because, like, there's some sort of like
Holy shit.
mentality of just being like, let's just make the movie and get it out, but, like, they actually go back to the original content and they will make a decent movie out of it.
I'm sorry, Nation. I just had a fucking heart attack. I just got the shit scared out of me.
Hello.
Holy crap. We just got a delivery to the studio that I was not expecting, and it was holy
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
fucking A, man. Like, yeah, no, I got scared. I'm not even trying to ham it up. I legit got freaked out.
It's all good. It's spooky, RUDETOBER.
It is. Our next movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
This movie series, man. Whoo! So you had the first one, which came out 1970s.
Definitely.
I want to say like early to mid 1970s. It really fucked up crowds. Like, people passed out.
Yes,
during
it was
like,
so it was in that era of, like, this was something they never saw before.
Exactly.
This was that so gritty.
Right.
It could be real horror. Like, the Hills Have Eyes, like the original The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was just like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Yeah.
Like, this is weird. There's this one scene which I'm sure you'll mention when, like, Leatherface. That's that where he pulls a door open or something, hits one of the dudes in the head.
Yep.
And the friggin' sound it makes is like, oh, it's guttural. It's like literally like someone hit a bone. Yeah. And, like, clonked this guy, and then he just drags him into the room, closes the door, and that's it. Like, it was.
It was guttural.
Really, it wasn't
guttural.
I wouldn't even. It's not gruesome. It's just, like, disturbing. Yeah. It's just.
And then
unnatural.
you have, like, where they, the final girl is in it.
Right. Yes.
And they capture her, and they have her tied down, and they have Grandpa trying to, like, feed her. And, like,
it's like a weird Hill family.
And
too,
Grandpa's
right?
pretty more or less dead. So it's like dead fingers, like, in this girl's, like, mouth and shit. She breaks free, gets chased. She's covered in blood. Yep. Which apparently some of that blood was real because she actually got cut.
Sure.
And Toby Hooper, who was the director, was like, go with it, go with it. She's in, like, the back of a pickup truck laughing, and as Leatherface is just, like chasing it. Like, chasing it, and then starts twirling the chainsaw. And then Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is like, you got Dennis Hopper having a chainsaw fight with Leatherface because he has 2 chainsaws as weapons.
Right.
Matthew McConaughey's in this shit.
We want to talk about like how
Bill Moseley's in it, who was in a lot of the Rob Zombie movies.
like how movie producers don't give a shit and they're just like
It was a cash grab. Cash grab.
Exactly. There you go.
Then they had Texas Chainsaw Next Generation, which I think is the one that Matthew
space?
McConaughey. No.
Oh, damn it.
Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger were in it, I believe.
He's over.
And when I worked at Blockbuster, I remember this cover where it was like Leatherface dressed in drag, putting lipstick on with a chainsaw. Like, yeah, I'll show you. I'll put the box art up on our Instagram and our Twitter.
Do.
It was fucked up.
What the hell? Is that a franchise though?
Yes,
It is? Okay.
absolutely.
But
This
what
was
about,
another.
what about the remake?
The remake was. I enjoyed the remake
Was
with
that Rob Zombie also? Did he do that?
No. Jordana Brewster, I believe, was in the remake. Again, very gritty, very dirty, sweaty.
You kind of have to like
because it's in Texas.
That's their thing,
Right.
Like, I mean, you have, all these other different horror franchises. It has their own gimmick, pretty
Right.
much. Like Child's Play is Chucky's the doll.
Yeah.
Leatherface is the fucking gruesome.
Yeah.
Like, could come out of a fucking meat locker.
Literally wearing someone else's face.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, the most fucked up thing in the first one was, like, they pick up a hitchhiker, which, again, you're going cross country and you're in deep down Texas. Why the fuck are you picking up a goddamn hitchhiker?
the 70s, man.
You know, like,
who cares?
So they end up, like, the hitchhiker freaks them out, and the way that they know, like, the family knows to put road spikes down is the guy cuts his own hand while he's in the van.
All right.
And he, like, slaps the side of the van, so his bloody
so
hand
he
mark.
marked.
So they
Ooh.
know, which,
Interesting.
and then, like, in the remake, like, the girl, like, they pick up the girl because she just, like, she's all, like, fucked up.
Right.
And all of a sudden, like, she pulls a gun out from under her dress, which, where the gun was hiding, I don't know. And then she just blows the back of her fucking head out.
Wow.
And then, insanity ensues in that. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Really? No.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit. All right.
Translation. Chris, you and I are driving cross country when we're promoting the Rude Boys Power Hour. We're not stopping for any fucking...
in our many podcast tours across America.
Absolutely. We're not stopping for any hitchhikers.
Yeah. Right. Well, definitely not in Texas.
Absolutely not. Or anywhere. Hitchhikers, no. Because
Hitchhikers, no.
what are the chances of 3 serial killers being in the same car?
Pretty high. Pretty high. What else?
Our next one is the Poltergeist series.
Okay.
Craig T. Nelson, I know, was the father in this. He was a coach in the show Coach.
In the Coach. He was titular coach in Coach.
This movie fucked me up when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like when
I never saw it as a kid. I saw it as an adult.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, when the guy's face starts cooking, like, I was just like watching this. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, it's about a family that buys a house on a Indian reservation
or something. Yeah.
or some shit like that, burial ground.
Yeah.
And
What
they
could
just
possibly go wrong?
exactly right. So with Poltergeist, the premise of the movie is the father, played by Craig T. Nelson, works for a company that was in charge of getting rid of the tombstones on a Indian burial ground.
Sure.
Thank you.
What
And
could possibly go wrong?
right, and he ends up living in the house, and insanity ensues. There were a lot, there were a lot of things that happened with this particular movie, where real life things, where the young girl, Carol Ann,
Okay.
the one that like puts her
They're here. Right. Okay.
She died very shortly after this movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. The oldest daughter was murdered by her real life boyfriend.
All right.
The swimming pool scene at the end
Uh-huh.
with the cadavers and everything.
Sure.
Those were real bodies. So
Yikes.
this movie
Alright.
apparently was very cursed from the beginning.
Sounds like a
Poltergeist.
shit show.
Yeah, Poltergeist 3 and 4. Poltergeist 2, 3, and 4. You know, was just as much fucked up.
Okay.
Not as much crazy stuff happened.
But, okay, so but you're featuring ghosts now, which is cool.
Short. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's good. We go from killers to ghosts to
Now the
maniacs to
the supernatural, the
which is also
Omen.
ghosts.
The Omen. No,
Okay.
this is straight up devil shit.
Okay.
The Omen, which I believe was in 1976, 77,
Don't check that nation.
was no. Please check me, and if I'm wrong, hit us up on our Twitter.
Tommy's Twitter.
No, hit us up on our Twitter.
All right, that's fine.
You're part of this too.
What?
You're part of this shame.
All right, fine. I'm part of the shame.
Exactly.
That should be a new slogan.
There you go. So the Omen's about this American diplomat who is, he's in England, and he ends up getting, babies are switched, and
Classic.
yeah.
All right.
yeah, babies are switched. He ends up having the Antichrist
Oh.
with
all
the the 3 6s on the back of the head.
right. Okay.
Which funny story is that I apparently when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I was a terror
okay.
to my family, and my aunt was actually scouring my body for 666.
Jesus Christ.
She would like look underneath my hair to see if I had the marks of the devil.
Sorry, Tom, I don't think that's what he was doing.
Oh,
Yeah, checking your lice, you pig.
oh God! I'm a very clean boy, nation.
Yeah. Ladies.
So the
He's
Omen,
single and clean.
yes, single and clean. Mama.
No,
Clean by choice, not single by choice. So, the Omen one is, the little boy, he starts making shit happen. He gets a dog that is his hellhound.
Okay.
He has a nanny who's kind of like, evil.
She the one like she hangs herself.
Yeah, who's like, Damien, this is all for you, and she hangs herself at his birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seen
it's
Type of things up.
I've seen that. Scene,
absolutely,
Every good party needs a
for
pinata.
those 5th birthday parties that are lame people, just hang your nanny,
Yeah.
like, or have your nanny hang themselves, dedicating themselves to your child.
Sure. I mean that's a fucking stellar party. I'd have to say.
You gotta keep shit lively.
Yeah.
Sure, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Give her a raise.
Sir, she's dead. Well.
Well, look,
all
hey.
right, I guess. Well, our loss.
So and then so that's Omen 1.
Right.
Omen 2 is about Damien, who I believe he's in boarding school.
Okay.
And then Omen 3 is he's the president of the United States, played by Sam Neill.
Oh shit.
And he ends up
Takes place in 2018.
No,
Dun, dun,
I think like
dun.
1995 or some shit.
Damn it.
Don't quote me on that.
What about End of Days, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I never saw it.
Happened in
Never saw it.
99.
Never saw it.
All right.
Can't tell you anything about
There
that
goes
movie.
that joke. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the fact that it was like it's the 6s upside down.
Oh.
Like, I think that was the big fucking
Oh.
gimmick.
That's for 6s.
I don't know. God, relax.
Because the number of the beast is 666.
Stop! I know.
Do
What
we?
else
It doesn't
you
sound like you do. So then they made a remake of this, starring Julia Stiles, who was the mother of Damien, or the nanny, and he ends up like knocking her off a stair banister.
got? Off a stair banister. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Christ.
Very that remake. I've enjoyed. Like I
Okay.
watched that one.
All right. Cool.
Now we get into the franchise that traumatized me as a child.
Alrighty.
Starting off with the 1975 classic, The Exorcist.
Okay.
I'm having a rough time already. Like
This was I know.
I saw
I know
this-
you, Tom. This
yeah.
one was bad for you.
I saw this movie when I was little. Like, when I say little, like 9, 10 years old. We were talking in the earlier episode about the 5-year-old and 3-year-old
Yep.
seeing It Chapter
Yep.
2. Actually, we didn't talk about that. That was off air.
That was all fair, yeah.
Anyway, whatever. But this messed me up. Like,
Okay.
to this day, where I hear the theme music of that,
I
and
don't even know what the theme music is for The Exorcist.
it's something bells, but like I hear it and like I fall into the fetal position. Like I remember you had your annual, annual Halloween party,
Sure.
and
Sherm Spectacular.
yes, and one of the guests came dressed as Linda Blair.
Did they?
Yes.
I do not remember this.
Yes, they did.
I
And-
think you're wrong, but okay.
As the
I am
priest,
usually inebriated, so I couldn't
as
tell
the as the priest and Linda Blair.
you. Okay, can confirm. You're right.
And
Now
I
this
was
is
just
ringing a
like,
bell.
I was avoiding them so hard the whole night because it was messing me
It
up.
fucked you up at a young age. I got you,
I
got
did
you.
see this movie again probably about a year or two ago with some Liquid Courage,
Sure.
and honestly, it still fucks me, but it's so good. I appreciate it.
Good.
I appreciate the cinematic hold it has on history.
Sure. You know, it is
to the
it is
point
a-
where, at this point, the blaxploitation movies were very popular.
Right.
Like your Shaft.
Okay.
And this knocked all those movies out.
Yeah, because in the same sense of like Texas Chainsaw, like this was a movie that nobody was really expecting. At the time.
Exactly.
Like they would see this stuff and they were like, what is this? Like back in like the early 2000s or something when they were doing like the whole documentary style, like the Last Exorcism of Emily Rose or whatever.
Mhm.
Like when it was like, oh, could this be real? And it's like, it's not. You know,
It's
this.
not real.
But like then people were idiots. They
Exactly.
see this movie, they're like, oh my god, what is going on? Like this the effects were so genuine and real that people thought this was real life.
This also had some spooky shit going on set.
Right.
Where the set got struck by lightning.
Good start.
A couple of the crucifixes went on fire randomly. Yeah. So like apparently God
You're playing with the fire.
God
That's
was
it.
pissed
You're
off.
playing with the hellfire. That's good.
Exorcist 2, the weakest of the
I
franchise.
could not even tell. I did not even know this. They continued this.
Linda Blair returned as Reagan McNeil,
Right. Okay.
and that was her name
Sure.
in Exorcist.
I mean, we all know Ronald Reagan's a devil, but it's okay.
Reagan McNeil. She
Stand by that.
but she was in helping mentally disturbed people
Okay.
or like people who thought they were developing psychic powers,
Okay.
and it just wasn't very good. But then I just recently saw Exorcist 3 a couple of nights ago.
Ooh. Okay.
Yo, this
Spooky?
movie, this was like
Real spooky stuff?
This was a murder mystery with supernatural feel
Really?
to it.
Huh.
Yes.
What is the time frame though? Like when did that movie come out?
1990.
Oh, okay. So there's
Yeah.
definitely some spread of
Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. They did have the
Excuse me.
the young priest from
The first one.
the first one
Okay.
return, but he didn't want to be a bad guy, so they turned it and made like they had him, but then they had him where like to the point where it was all of a sudden his face turns and it's Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky.
Huh. Okay.
And that guy can do such great voice work. Why he has never voiced the Joker in animated movies is beyond me. Because that guy, he could do voice work.
He would, which would be ironic because with Mark Hamill voicing the Chucky doll in the
Right.
remake,
Yeah.
and he is
I can even
obviously
see him
most
play-
well known as the Joker from the animated
I
series.
can even see
Batman
him
comic.
play a live action Joker too.
Brad Dourif.
Yeah. He was very good.
I can see that.
And then, I know they did a TV series. I think it got canceled
Get out
on
of
Fox.
town. Get out of town.
I know, Fox. Yeah.
canceling a
Watch
TV
out,
series.
SmackDown.
Whoa.
Oh,
God, imagine. Holy shit. They pulled the plug on SmackDown? Holy
yeah, dude. Vince would not be happy. You want to talk a horror movie?
Nah, Vince is busy with XFL. All right, but that's
So,
not this.
yeah.
That's not here or there.
So we're gonna start jumping to the main three.
All right, so this is the big
The big three that people really hold in high
All right,
regard.
and this is in no particular order.
No particular order, except for
Tom's
number one.
preference.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Nightmare on Elm Street, which introduced Freddy Krueger, and the actor known as Johnny Depp. This was his first movie,
Right. Okay.
where he got pulled into the bed and then blood onto the ceiling. Yeah, I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street 1 was fantastic.
Sure.
Definitely creepy as hell. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 apparently had very... The main actor, he was just coming out of the closet apparently. It had very gay undertones. To the point where, like,
We're talking about the main... Oh, okay.
Freddy being inside of him was supposed to be, like, you know, a way of him coming out. Or something like that, I've heard. I've heard.
All right.
Very bizarre.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know there is a documentary on Netflix about this whole franchise. It's like a 3-hour documentary. It's good, though. It's a good...
I'm out.
No, come on. Grow a pair.
But, like, yeah, no, this franchise keeps going,
you had
right?
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, which took place in a psychiatric hospital.
Okay.
And the one thing that I remember from this is, like, one of the... Two things I take away, rather, was one girl who's obsessed with watching TV all the time.
Okay.
Freddy, like, she nods off, and Freddy turns into a TV. And it's just like, you know, seen anything good lately? And, like, smashes her face through the TV.
We need to talk about...
I'm sorry, this is called Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
Oh, okay. We need to talk about real quick about Freddy Krueger, though, because obviously this is a movie monster that can inhabit people's dreams and kill them that way. So it's very fantastical. And he really did kind of coin the whole, like, punchline and then murder thing.
It got worse, though,
Oh, yeah.
as the franchise
anything
went.
good lately. And he was on TV and he murdered someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It ain't getting better.
In Dream Warriors, he invaded someone's dreams where the guy was a heroin addict. Okay. So he used his veins and he had him as a puppet. And the guy's walking around like this and makes him jump out a window because he's playing him like a puppet.
Oh, that's okay.
And then you have Dream Warrior with Patricia Arquette, where she is...
Dream Warriors and Dream Warrior?
Yes.
All right.
Because Patricia Arquette reprised the role of one of the people in Dream Warriors, but they couldn't get the actress back. God knows what she was doing. Probably coke, because this was the 80s. Everyone does coke in the 80s.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't here.
I'm not wrong.
Birds.
And so, like, you know, her friends keep getting killed off.
All right.
And no, wait, I'm sorry. Fuck, I think I'm wrong. Patricia Arquette was in the third movie. Some random blonde chick plays Patricia Arquette's.
Don't matter. I'll clean it up.
Huh?
I'll clean it
No,
up.
no. It's my shame. So,
Not good radio.
okay, good. Clean it up then. You know, portrays her, and, you know, her friends keep getting murdered, and she keeps removing, like her mirror is completely covered with pictures of, like, her friends, and they all, you know, every friend that gets murdered, she removes a picture. And then her brother gets murdered. And her you know, this has the scene where her brother thinks he's a kung fu star.
Okay.
I'm sure if I post it on YouTube, you'd know it.
I'm sure if I go to a fucking, like, What Culture video.
Exactly.
Or something like that, Mojo.
Yeah,
they'll probably
exactly.
Show me, like, the top 10 Nightmare on Elm Street.
Exactly.
Kills or something like that.
And, you know, he gets killed, and then she, like, wears, like, each of her friends' artifacts, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like, her one friend who was, like, this big, like, butch chick.
Okay.
She, you know, again, workout equipment. She's working out, like, and she kind of just dazes off, and Freddy shows up.
Yeah.
And he pushes down
on
the bar
Right.
that she's bench pressing, and her elbows, like, pop out and break, and she turns into like a cockroach and he stomps on her or some shit like that.
See, that's
Yeah.
exactly why I don't go to the gym, because I'm afraid a ghost might kill me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never know.
I never know, exactly.
Exactly.
Because if I go there, the ghost could kill me.
Uh-huh. So then, you know, that's where she gets the leather gauntlet. Her boyfriend that she's with, like, something almost happens to him, and she's wearing his jacket, and, like,
All
you know,
right.
she's able to be Freddy with all of, like, her friends' artifacts or some shit like that.
Oh, cool. So she had to wait for all her friends to die, so she
To do
gained
something.
the strength to kill the monster.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Like, she gets her friend's smarts, like her smart friend who died or some shit like that. From what I
Why
remember.
wasn't she getting killed?
Because she was able to control her Dream Warrior stuff. Dude, again, this movie series went off the rails.
It really did. And how many more?
Oh my God, so many. I don't have it in front of me, but you have at least 7 with Robert Englund, who, to
Right.
his credit,
He's
does
a classic.
amazing jobs.
He's like, I mean, we were talking originally about.
he
like,
might be
Boris-
coming back as Freddy.
We were talking originally about like Boris Karloff and
Yep.
Bela Lugosi. Like
Mhm.
those were the OG. We were talking about comic books. Like those were the golden age.
Yep.
What was it? Silver Age, right? Was the first
Silver
one?
Age, yeah.
So those were like the Silver Age monster guys. This is the golden age.
Yeah.
Robert Englund. The other dudes who we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But like that's he's OJ.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Right.
And he worked with everything that he's done.
Yeah.
And what was it?
He was getting paid.
Oh, he was making money hand over fist.
Yeah. And then the remake this was
the
the Rob Zombie remake, right?
Nope.
The fuck?
Rob Zombie did not remake this.
I thought well, didn't he?
Nope, he
All
did
right,
not.
fine. You would know better.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
You know, to the point.
I could have sworn he made Nightmare on Elm Street.
To the point where Robert Englund did this part so long that he was in another movie called Strangeland.
Okay.
And there was a scene with him in it, and he kept going like this with his hand. Like, he kept clapping his hand like he had the glove on.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Because he was so ingrained
Exactly.
to doing that in film.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The guy that did the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street is Samuel Bayer. He did Alpha Dog. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He was Thanks in Alpha Dog? That's what it says. I don't know if that means, hey, thanks for Alpha Dog or whatever. But we were talking about this earlier. Shut up.
Leave that in.
He
Sorry, but
did a Garbage music video, the band
who
Garbage.
gives a fuck? But the main dude who played Freddy Krueger, though,
Was Rorschach from Watchmen.
yes, whose
Jackie
name is
Earl Haley.
Yes. Which I think even when Watchmen was a thing, people
Yeah.
were like, man, this guy should play fucking Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I mean, and this really touched upon, no pun intended, Freddy Krueger being a toucher. Like Freddy Krueger being a child molester.
Kid Diddler.
Yes.
Kid Diddler.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, Kid Diddler. Which, I mean, that's the whole thing that's always made me feel very uncomfortable with Freddy Krueger.
Is that like coming from personal?
No,
history?
just
Oh.
like, I don't know. I don't,
You touched me. Stop it.
just, you know, no. Stop.
Okay, fine.
You're fucking horrible. Next franchise, Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Another
big one.
Another big one. This is the one you're thinking about where the main
Yes.
killer is not the killer in the first one. It's
That's the
the
killer
mother.
we know of.
Right. Is the
Jason Voorhees.
Right. In the first Friday the
Jason Voorhees'
13th,
mama.
the mom is Mrs. Voorhees is the killer.
Right. Be
And
respectful.
I-
Mrs. Voorhees.
and I did.
Jason Voorhees is very classic, big time slasher
Yes.
horror movie icon.
Yeah, I mean,
And for him to not be, I mean, he wasn't he was definitely in the first one, right? But it
As
turned
a
out
kid.
it wasn't the killer.
right, his mom was the killer.
Like, if I could, since we're spoiling all these horror movies real quick.
Well, they've
like,
been out since the 80s.
Right.
So
Psycho. Everyone thought that Mrs. Bates was the killer.
Right.
Right? But it turned out to be Norman.
Right.
So there you go. This a classic switcheroo, if you will, in the horror movie
genre.
the franchise.
Right.
Starting it off, Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
And then, you know, I'm not too familiar with Friday the 13th, but it does have that place in iconic horror franchises.
I would say so. Yeah. If you're grouping them in your top three, Tom,
Would
definitely.
yes,
It definitely
I
belongs
agree,
in
100%.
It definitely belongs in your top three. In probably people's, it would be top two.
Exactly.
Because it is just like you look at Jason Voorhees and you look at Freddy Krueger, let's say, those are like people who are like, that's a horror movie guy.
Yeah.
The hockey mask, the machete, the fucking he's fucking
Well,
6'6", whatever.
In number 2, he wasn't wearing a hockey mask. He was wearing like a sack.
But like the traditional
Right, is the hockey, and
Exactly.
that hockey mask has changed throughout like every movie. Like, you know, and then of course in the late 90s this led to Jason vs. Freddy.
late 90s,
Early
2000s, I'd say.
I
thought you were going to say late 90s it would lead to Jason X, which was Jason in Space or whatever.
Which I'm very surprised
again, brings
that this
to the whole, like, whoa, man, let's just cash in on this horror movie franchise.
Which I'm
Here you go.
surprised this is the only one to go to space.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, out of the big 3, this is the only one to go to space.
I mean, you want to talk about shitty space movies, you got Alien Resurrection, but...
and every other Alien movie after Aliens.
all right.
Alien 3 was
You're not
adequate.
wrong. Alien 3 was adequate, you're right. But... yeah, Jason vs. Freddy. There you go.
Yeah, Jason vs. Freddy.
That was, I think, huge at the time.
It was, because when the movie came out, Jason Goes to Hell.
Okay.
At the end, Jason gets killed, and it ends with Freddy's hand coming up and grabbing the mask and pulling it down to hell.
That's kind of dope.
Um,
If I was a fan at the time, I would have been like, I would have
Yeah.
lost my shit.
which a lot of
coming
people
from
did.
this is coming from a time frame where I've literally sat and watched 23 Marvel movies, and I've been excited for every single one before and after it.
Right.
So-
I'm sorry. Jason vs. Freddy came out 2003. Yeah. Okay. Don't pull a rotator cuff, tapping yourself on the back.
Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't break your
So
neck
Freddy vs.
blowing
Jason.
yourself.
There was only one Freddy vs. Jason, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there was rumors that there was going to be a second one, and it was going to
Yeah,
include
but
like
it
Leatherface or some
bombed.
shit.
It didn't do
Did it
well.
really bomb?
I mean, people saw it,
God,
but
they
it
made
wasn't.
2 Alien vs. Predator movies.
Yeah,
That
people.
bombed?
Yeah, but you know what? Purists of this movie,
Yeah.
like people were very pissed off about this movie. Apparently,
Wow. But it didn't really.
yeah.
Wow. I'm genuinely surprised because I thought maybe it was just a one-off and whatever reason. I was even surprised. I doubt they were even owned by the same company. I guess they would have had to have been because, like, we all know, talking about Spider-Man, that,
There could have been talks between the two movie companies,
There could have been. You're right.
like
Maybe
New
that's
Line
why-
and Columbia.
Right.
Who the
and
hell
maybe,
knows?
and maybe that's why there wasn't a second one. But
Right.
But I mean, I feel like that's a very pivotal point in because like they don't do that a lot.
Right.
They don't.
But yeah, and then there was a remake of this with Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. One of the brothers from
One of the guys from-
Supernatural.
okay, cool.
He was in the remake.
Really?
He wasn't the
remember
killer,
this.
but he was. He was the girl's brother, and he was looking for her, or some shit like that. And then it's actually very cool in that one. Like you actually see how it explains how Jason was able to get from like one side of the camp to the other. Like he had a whole tunnel system.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so he was-
they kind of expanded upon the whole
Yeah.
horror trope of
Yep.
that he's right behind you.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they actually made it like literal,
Yeah.
like he can use tunnel stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know that like people love there's a asymmetric video game, online video game, based on Freddy. I'm sorry.
Friday the 13th.
Thank you, Friday the 13th. And
Did you ever play it?
no, I didn't.
Oof. We gotta play it one
I'm
day.
surprised. Like
My brother has it.
Yeah, I was about to
He
say
has
your
it. He
brother
has
would
it.
love. I feel
We're
like that.
gonna next
Like
time.
it's basically 5 campers.
Yep.
And they have to basically work to survive the night
Mm-hmm.
or kill Jason. And then one player plays Jason,
Yep,
and his
yep.
job is to kill everybody.
And then they have like, it's not a board game. Calm down. It's a video game, and it's picked at random of who's
Yes.
who.
Yes.
I
I mean, it might do one thing where it's
And
like,
then
you
they-
played for like 20 minutes? Okay, fine,
Yeah.
you're Jason.
Now
But,
they,
like,
you
what
know,
I mean?
and in that they actually put the Nintendo Jason costume in there, the
I
purple.
did see that, yeah.
So like next time you come to Cash, we'll pop it on.
I'd have to take a look at that.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's-
I've also heard it's kind of like glitchy, but like that's also the fun of
Yeah.
it. Like it's
Yeah,
not,
I mean, I know
it's not
we-
like a perfect game, but
Yeah,
it's like
I think
it's fun.
I think he has it on the Switch.
Okay, cool.
You know, before we get to my my pick of number one,
Sure.
we cannot do this without mentioning the Evil Dead series,
Right.
directed
okay.
by Sam Raimi,
Right.
who did Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3
Sure.
in the 2000s.
Okay.
And, you know, Evil Dead was awesome. Like,
Right.
you know, Bruce Campbell was in it. Group of kids, they find a book, and they end up resurrecting some ancient evil.
Sure.
And the ancient evil goes into Bruce Campbell's hand, and he has to... Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's an Evil Dead 2, because I think he goes back to the cabin or some shit like that. And he ends up having to cut his hand off, and he has the chainsaw. And then it goes into Army of Darkness,
Okay.
which, again, fantastic movie.
Right.
If you've never seen it.
Never have.
Okay, cool. It's on the list. Yes, it is. Shut up. And then they did a remake of that, which was actually pretty cool.
Okay.
The remake of that, you know, touched upon a little more like social issues where, you know, the main character, the girl, the final girl, is, you know, she's a heroin addict. So
Okay.
her brother and her friends take her to a cabin to get her clean. Like, you know, make her go through withdrawals so she can purge everything. And she ends up, you know, doing it, but she ends up going crazy. And, you know, blah, 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 you know, insanity ensues.
Right.
Because they, again, find a book. Why the fuck you would read the Necronomicon? Which the most fucked up thing is when I had Audible, the Necronomicon would come up as a book recommended for you. I'm like, no, I'm not listening to Necronomicon. I'm sorry, no.
You never know. Maybe
No.
it might be a quick read.
No,
Who knows?
no.
I mean, if we're talking about pivotal horror movie franchises,
Uh-huh.
I feel like we can't not mention Cube. Cube. What was it? Cube. It was Cube 2000, and then Cube 0. No, I'm sorry. I'm goofing around. I'm sorry,
I've never
I'm
seen
sorry.
the Cube movies.
What about what was the Hellraiser?
Hellraiser 1 and 2 were good.
All right, but it was a franchise though, correct?
It was, but yeah.
All right, because I'm just trying to think now that you got the juices flowing
Good,
of
good,
all these
I'm glad.
big monster movie franchises
Yeah.
though, like Pinhead. That's an iconic character.
Character.
I'd
Yes,
have to say.
absolutely. Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, the jeez, yeah.
There was only 2. Though,
There were
right?
3.
There were 3.
There were 3. There was a lot of controversy around 3 because the apparently the director was a toucher.
Yikes!
Yeah. And
Oh, right.
yeah. There was a lot of controversy around 3.
I don't know. Bryan Singer directed that.
He probably did.
Swish.
Nerd.
So moving on, number 1.
Number 1 in
Thomas
Cash. Yeah.
RUDETOBER movie spectacular.
Is
That doesn't make any sense.
the Halloween franchise.
There you go. What a perfect franchise for this month.
Absolutely.
Of RUDETOBER.
Michael Myers, who's just this, like, he's an unstoppable force. Like,
Right.
he, like, straight up, like, regular kid who ended up, you know, in the first one, you see he kills his, you know, he ends up killing his older sister.
Okay.
And, you know, you hear a baby crying, but then they, you know, take him away. He ends up getting out of the psychiatric center that he's in. 'Cause shenanigans.
Yep.
And, you know,
Shenanigans too.
18 years later, he is looking for his baby sister.
Okay. And he's wearing a bleached
William Shatner mask.
Yep. There we go.
He was called The Shape in the IMDb list.
Okay.
Um,
So that's how he was credited.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. And
Ooh,
The Shape.
That's kind of creepy.
That is, a little bit. So then you have Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Laurie.
Okay.
And, you know, it's Halloween night, and insanity ensues. You know, Michael Myers is out and about,
Sure.
killing people, killing her
Yeah.
friends.
Okay.
Then he tries to kill her, and, you know, I'm sure you've heard sound bites. was that the boogeyman? Like, you would know it if you heard it.
I'm thinking of that one scene where I think like it's like almost like Jamie Lee Curtis thinks she won, and she's doing like that classic.
Oh,
horror
and
movie
you
trope.
see,
Yep.
and you see
like,
him
she's
get
like,
up,
she's like,
yeah. Yep.
And then you see in the
And he
background
gets
Michael
up,
Myers
yeah.
just do the sit up, which
Yep.
obviously wrestling, The
Yeah.
Undertaker, Kane, they do
Yeah.
that now.
I mean,
like that's
you
where that
see it,
came
like,
from.
she takes this fucking like knitting needle and she stabs him in the eye, and he still gets up and coming at her. Donald Pleskin, the
That's
late
person.
great Donald Pleskin plays the psychiatrist who's in charge of
okay.
Michael Myers.
All right.
And he's just like he's irate on why he was out,
Right.
like how he got out. Halloween 2 takes place directly, that night.
Night after or
No, that like it continues that Halloween
okay,
night.
Okay.
They think he's dead because like Donald Pleasant shoots him and he falls out a window and they take him, and he ends up.
Huh.
The one thing in this whole series is how did Michael Myers learn how to drive a car? Because like he's driving a car in the first one.
That's the thing.
Well, that's one of the major things. Like, how did he learn how to drive a car?
Okay.
Because like he's been locked up.
Okay.
How the fuck do you learn how to drive? He's been locked up since he was a kid, like a
That's
little
why
kid.
Halloween 5. Oh, the driving test of Michael Myers.
Oh, there you go.
I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's a prequel. So then you have, Halloween 2. He goes to the hospital that his sister Laurie's in. Spoiler alert: Laurie is his sister.
I thought you said Halloween 2 took place the same day.
It
does,
but
and-
Laurie's in the
okay.
hospital because she got beat up.
Sure.
She's gotten stabbed, she's gotten sliced, she's gotten this, she's gotten that. Like, she jumped out of a fucking window.
Got you.
He's in the hospital now, killing. Like, the hospital
like a killer
people,
does,
ambulance drivers, and, it's just phenomenal. Halloween 3 has nothing to do with the series.
Really?
It's like, all right, so what they wanted to do, what John Carpenter wanted to do with the Halloween franchise was he wanted Halloween to be Michael Myers, Halloween 2 to be like a different story, Halloween 3 to be a different story, and so on and so on.
Okay.
But, the studio saw money.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So they were like, all right, well, we want to put Halloween 3 out. And Halloween 3 is about, Tom Atkins is in it, who's an actor from that time period.
Cool. Thanks for really clearing that up. Holy shit.
I'm trying to see when it fucking came out. Shut up.
Doesn't matter. Move on.
It doesn't. But the funny thing is, the woman who is who plays Tom Atkins' ex-wife in this is one of Laurie's friends from the first movie who gets murdered.
Oh.
Which is just so
wait a
weird.
minute.
That's the only connection. Actually, no, I'm sorry. And then, he goes into a bar and they're like, the night he came home, and they show the actual movie Halloween on a TV screen in a bar.
Huh.
So it's like, this is like an alternate universe. And this has some corporation trying to take over, trying to brainwash these kids. It goes off the rails.
So this sounds like the Tokyo Drift of the Halloween franchise.
It's a side quest.
But Fast and the Furious, not that I really know about, I just know of it. They ended up kind of picking up that story somehow, some way, just like characters.
Which brings us to Halloween 4.
But they do end up grabbing some of that Halloween 3 bullshit. Or no? Or is it Halloween 3 completely disorded for the rest of the time?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Halloween 4,
Fuck you, Halloween 3.
No. Halloween 3 is great. We need to watch it.
Alright, fine.
I won't steer you wrong.
Okay.
Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So, apparently, Laurie is dead.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis's character.
Right.
Or she's away. I think she's away.
It's two different things.
Shh, I don't remember. Shut up. So, this is the introduction of Danielle Harris, which we'll get to.
Right.
And this is the one that I've seen the most of.
Okay.
So, Danielle Harris's character is Laurie's daughter. So, it's Michael Myers' niece. He's trying to kill her.
Oh, right.
So, the whole movie is about her, him trying to kill her. Then you have Halloween 5,
Revenge of Michael Myers.
Revenge of Michael Myers. Laurie's daughter gets away, and he's still going after her.
Sure, yeah.
Which, I mean, again, I like those two movies, because those two might be the ones I've seen the most of.
When does I'm sorry, I'm looking, so visual medium this is not. Tom has the 2-disc
Actually, if you
Blu-ray set.
If you look on Rude Boy's Instagram, Rude Boys 469, you'll see that this
469.
469.
You will see that the what we're talking about right here. And when does John Carpenter kind of fall off the franchise?
Halloween 2.
Oh, boy. All right. So there you go with that.
Yeah.
All right. So Halloween's not 6, but whatever.
So, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
So we go from the Return of Michael Myers to the Revenge of Michael Myers to the Curse of Michael Myers.
Now, this whole thing introduces a whole cult that worships Michael Myers. That they are, that's why he's able to keep coming back.
Sure.
This is also one of the first movies I ever saw with Paul Rudd. So yeah, Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers dealt with some cult BS where this cult would worshipped him, and Paul Rudd was in it. He not reprised, but he was the kid Tommy, who Jamie Lee Curtis's character was babysitting in the first one.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah.
So there you go. That's
so
that's
and that whole situation kind of fucked him up. So then you had Halloween H2O, which came out I think directly 20 years after the first Halloween. That's why it was called H2O.
I hope so.
Jamie Lee Curtis, LL Cool J, Michelle Williams, and the introduction of Josh Hartnett, one of his first movies.
And then the introduction of Michelle Williams' crying face, I'd imagine. Right?
I don't think she cried. She was
Really?
scared.
Okay.
She was scared a lot.
Face.
Yeah, her scared face. This was very odd because, she kills him. Jamie Lee Curtis kills him in this one.
Really?
I believe she decapitates him.
Wow. All right.
But then you have Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, well, in the title alone.
Exactly.
There you go.
Again, Jamie Lee Curtis was in this, playing Laurie again.
Right.
LL Cool J was in this. Pretty much, LL Cool J led a reality
oh my god.
TV crew, and they went to the Myers house.
Okay.
Insanity ensues because Michael Myers is in the house, starts picking them off one by one. I think LL Cool J kills Michael Myers again. It's the very black sheep of
Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah,
out of all these fucking movies,
this and
this is the
H2O.
black sheep.
This
Really?
and H2O, I would say, are the two black sheeps.
Even not Halloween 3? Even though it has nothing to do with the Michael
I don't know.
Myers.
Halloween 3 is just, it's fantastic.
Okay, fine.
There's so much love for Halloween 3
So, but that is it for the OG.
for now.
Okay.
Yes. So now we go into Rob Zombie.
Right. I know why this is going.
Yes.
Okay.
We go into Rob Zombie rebooting the series. There's been controversy where he never apparently called John Carpenter. But
fucked up.
He never called John Carpenter to ask him to remake the series because he's a big fan of, John Carpenter. But this is coming, from John Carpenter's camp and Rob Zombie's camp. Sherry Moon Zombie, Rob Zombie's wife, plays Michael Myers' wife. Michael Myers' mother. Fuck. And
I thought that was like a parody name of who was the Punky Brewster girl? Soleil Moon Fryer.
Nope. Sherry Moon Zombie is
Sherry Moon Zombie. All right.
Dude,
cool.
you gotta realize. Just a side note: Rob Zombie's parents, they were carnies.
Yeah, no.
His brother's name is literally Spider Zombie.
All right, that's fine.
And if you,
that's a literal name. That's not a stage name.
No, Spider Zombie is his name.
I meant Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about Spider Zombie. All right. I mean, I care a lot about spider zombies. I don't want them anywhere near me.
Yeah.
But
stop. Oh, that could be a horror franchise.
I really could. It
Oh,
probably,
God.
It's on Sci-Fi
Enough.
Right
I'm getting the
channel
heebie-jeebies.
right now.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies also on the Sci-Fi Channel right now.
Which is poor man's Jeepers Creepers.
Yep.
Thank you. This is so brutal and guttural. Like, I remember
The Rob Zombie.
Yes, I remember
duology.
Yes,
of-
I remember seeing this in theaters. Daniel Harris, who was in Halloween 4 and Halloween 5, comes back as Laurie's friend, Annie.
Okay.
Unlike in the first one, things are okay for Annie,
Mm-hmm.
but not so in the second one. John Malkovich plays Dr. Loomis.
All right. Every time.
He was great in Halloween. The character Loomis was great in the Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
All right.
The character was a shithead in Halloween 2. He just became a money-hungry dickhead.
Halloween 2, the second one.
Yes, of
Okay.
Rob Zombie's
Gotcha.
duology.
Gotcha.
That one is just so... I know I said the first Rob Zombie one was so, like, rough and guttural, and
Right.
this one is even...
So, but this is effectively a reboot, though.
It is.
Not- okay.
Tyler Mane plays Michael Myers.
Okay.
Which, I mean, again, you get, great 7-foot motherfucker who is
Sure.
just, good at killing.
Yeah.
IRL,
too. It's weird.
It is weird in the second one because he has, like, this giant beard. So when Michael Myers puts on the mask, the beard is hanging out.
That's a little weird.
It is. It's a little odd. It's a little odd.
Do you so I've never seen any of these. Like, do you see Michael Myers in any of these without the mask? Not as an adult. Like, I mean, as a kid, as a flashback, whatever.
As an
but, like,
adult?
when he is a murderer. When he's a
Yes,
motherfucking murderer.
in the first Halloween,
You see his face.
and I believe in the 2 Rob Zombies.
But, not since the first Halloween.
Right.
It's always the iconic bleached white face.
Well, it wasn't...
Well, whatever, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been some controversy with the masks, because the masks, as the movies have gone on, they've gotten progressively worse looking.
Right.
There's one where he smiles and you see teeth, which is
That's
weird.
All right.
Then this franchise gets kind of sort of another reboot.
Right, which we've talked about.
In 2018.
Yep.
And it pretty much erases everything. So
I remember hearing about
it
that.
starts, you have Halloween and Halloween 2. Those are safe.
Right.
Then this is essentially the third Halloween, where Jamie Lee Curtis's character Laurie is an older woman, battle-hardened woman. She ends up having a kid. She's trained her kid to be a survivalist, but her kid has kind of broken away from that, has a family of her own. Michael Myers gets out of prison somehow with this, again, TV blogger or podcasters.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
For some reason, they have the mask, and he flips out with the mask, and he ends up, going onto a murderous rampage, and he gets out.
Right, okay.
And then, of course, in 2020 and 2021, we're going to have the other 2 installments, which will effectively wrap up Jamie Lee Curtis's tenure as Laurie.
I feel like a fucking tenure was wrapped up already.
And this was
It's all good, man. It's all good.
And the great thing about the 2018 Halloween, the guy that played Michael Myers in the original Halloween, he came back, and he was playing Michael Myers.
Hang on a second. Repeat what you just said. In the 2018, so the Rob Zombie 28... In the Rob Zombie?
No. Rob Zombie didn't do the 2018.
I'm sorry. So what was that Halloween called?
What, the 2018 one? It was called Halloween.
So they
But
had a
people
fucking
would be-
Halloween. They had Rob Zombie. They had Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween. They had Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yep.
What was this one called? Just called Halloween.
People would call it Halloween parentheses 2018.
Oh my god.
That's how they would differentiate it.
So this just kind of like
But the guy-
sidestepped
yeah.
everything past. Sidestepped everything past Halloween 3 and also the reboot of Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's basically
yeah.
it's almost like if they went from like, okay, we're gonna make Child's Play 5. Fuck all the cult, all the. Sorry, I just
Exactly.
spit on you. I'm
It's
gonna
alright.
touch you.
Yeah, oh man, you touched my dick.
Okay. It's like fuck all the of Chucky stuff. Fuck this new reboot stuff.
Uh-huh.
Here's a new Chucky movie.
Yep,
Oh my
essentially.
God, that's ridiculous.
But again,
horror movies. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but like I said, the guy that played the Shape in Halloween and Halloween 2, he returned
He returned
Halloween
for Halloween
2018.
in the 2018 one.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So, because there's a
Woof.
classic picture of, him with the like behind the scenes with him having the mask on top of his head, sipping
Okay.
like a like a Coca-Cola can.
Okay.
And they, he recreated that picture.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
All right, there you
very
go.
cool. But
Everyone
yeah,
likes to have fun. That's
this
fair.
has been a very bloated episode again. Chris,
Yep.
I apologize.
It's all good, man.
For the horror that will be of editing.
Right, and hey, this is RUDETOBER, so horror. It's all about
Yeah,
horror.
hopefully you don't have
is
to
the
edit too
topic.
much.
Horror is the editing, and it's RUDETOBER, baby.
Yes. Hope you all enjoyed my antidotes. Thank you.
And on that note, Nation, that is it. Big bloated horror episode for RUDETOBER. Welcome to RUDETOBER, our favorite month of the year. It's so funny that the Rude Boys' favorite month is RUDETOBER. It's almost like we planned it that way. I don't know. We branded it that way. I don't know. Next episode, though, Nation, for RUDETOBER, get ready. It is going to be all about
The king of horror,
Rob Zombie. No,
Stephen King.
Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King, his books, any adaptations he has in movies or in TV, all things Stephen King. Might be some guest stars. Who knows? But Nation,
Probably.
get ready for that. All RUDETOBER long, you're going to see things on our Instagram, on our Twitter, on our Facebook, on our social media, all about stuff we love. So we were talking about this off air. This week, Nation, from RUDETOBER 1st to whenever we fucking decided, is going to be all zombie related. Every week of RUDETOBER is going to be focusing on something
Zombie related.
something themed. Yes,
Yep.
Thank you. So follow us on all our social media platforms. Twitter.com/RudeBoys469, Facebook.com/RudeBoys469, and Instagram.com/RudeBoys469. We're going to be focusing on all things RUDETOBER this month. It is the best month of the year. Fuck you, August. You can find our video stuff, all our podcasts, everything we got, visual or really audio, over on YouTube, bit.ly/RudeBoys RudeTube.
We got a YouTube.
We do have a YouTube, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry, I'm kind of
Rushing.
in the zone right now.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll knock you
but
out.
in addition to YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Google Play and Stitcher, you can find us, our home from home, where hopefully Michael Myers isn't hiding in the closet, over at the Podbean network, which is rudeboys.podbean.com.
Flick that RUDETOBER bean.
If you want to hit me up, Sherm, on Twitter, personally, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
You can get me at Tommy_Cash, and that's Cash with a K.
And Nation, welcome to RUDETOBER. It's going to be a real spooky year.
Spooktober.
No. RUDETOBER is the brand. Don't you forget it.
The spook month.
This has been a presentation of the Rude Boys Podcast Network.
Oops.